Wampus Cat football is on the air. The 2024 Atoka Wampus Cats are presented by AmeriState Bank. The Atoka Wampus Cats are sponsored by Brown's Funeral Service, Farmers Insurance Agent Lucinda Holland, Logan & Sons, and Shamrock Bank. The 2024 Wampus Cats are brought to you by Westside Dentistry, the Studeville family of dealers, and First Bank. The Wampus Cats are sponsored in part by D&H Wholesale Tires, Genesis Abstract, and Ritter Express Pharmacy. Also helping to bring you the Wampus Cats, the RX Shop, H&L Custom Processing, and the Family Health Center of Southern Oklahoma. And now let's head to the field for your Atoka Wampus Cats.
Welcome in to Valiant, Oklahoma. We are live for Atoka Wampus Cat football. So glad to be here. Michael Gabbard and Kayla Nagorski on the broadcast for tonight's game as Atoka on the road district play against the Valiant Bulldogs. And again, we're excited. Everybody in the stands is excited. Atoka's got a better turnout today than they did last week. And, Valiant's got a big crowd here tonight, too. Cooler weather. We're not going to have to worry about the heat like we've had to the last couple of weeks. And we're set up for a good district game in Valiant.
Yeah, there's some excitement in the air this evening. I think it's just those cooler temperatures that everyone's excited about. But I know I'm excited about some Wampus Cat football.
Our pregame is brought to you by Texoma Chevy Dealers. And we're going to get into a little bit of the games, what we can expect, some of the teams that are playing here today later on into the pregame. We're still about 30 or 28 minutes away from kickoff here in Valiant, Oklahoma. So we're going to get into our pregame stuff here in just a few seconds. But again, Atoka right now looking at trying to get into that number 2 spot in the district. And as we look at the district roundup at the current moment, Valiant sits at top right now with 45 points and a 3-0 record in district play. Right behind them, Henrietta with 29 points and a 3-0 record in district play. Then you got Valiant and Atoka both sitting there. Valiant has that lead at the 3 spot, being third in the district with 29 points versus Atoka's 15. But a win here tonight would surely help Atoka's cause in that. We've got more coming up in our pregame. Again, your video presentation is brought to you by AmeriState Bank today. And listen, if you haven't downloaded the app yet, well, not the app, YouTube. I mean, it's pretty simple to find this game. Go to YouTube and go to Wampus Cats Atoka on YouTube to watch this game live. We're going to hear from Coach Cup, and we're going to hear from Coach Jay Ray, the athletic director from Atoka, coming up here in this break starting now. Again, Atoka taking on Valiant on the road. Game time coming up very soon.
Your pregame show is brought to you by Texoma Chevy Dealers. This summer, happiness is a new Chevy. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Coach Cup, we've got Valiant coming up this week. Tell me a little bit about what we're going to expect out of them.
Well, they're in the past we've played them before and had some good success, but this year they are a little bit different than what they've been. They got a new coach, and they got a couple of kids that are highly sought after, and they're going to try to run the ball, and they're kind of spread it out a little bit, and they got some receivers that are pretty quick on defense. They play hard. They run the ball. They do a lot of good things, and we're going to have to show up and get after them.
After last week, even with a loss to Valiant, which, by the way, an extremely talented football team, number 1 in the state, it still set us up for tremendous amount of success in district play, filling that 2 spot, if you will. And, of course, there's still a long season. Tell me about the road we have ahead in regards to the remaining schedule.
I mean, that's the thing about, when they split these districts up, it kind of made it a little more competitive. I mean, I mean, our drives might got a little longer, but it kind of evened the districts out. I mean, there's no slouches really in our district, so I mean, each week we're going to have to stay healthy and get better and do the little things we need to do, and I got to do a good job of, getting kids ready and little things like that. And there's a lot of things that go into it, and we just got to, each week take it 1 week at a time and do what we need to do and see how things play out.
When we talked about last week, Valiant, and I don't want to get into too much regards to my thoughts on the crowd itself, but Valiant, very physical football team. How does that kind of prepare us into this week against a team like Valiant?
Well, it's the same thing. We talk about like us in non-district playing those tough teams. I mean, those get you when you play physical teams. You either have two choices: you're either going to get physical back or you're not. And at the very least, you learn what it takes to the type of physicality it needs to be successful in those games. And when you're playing those teams, you get used to, after a little bit, you kind of get used to matching that physicality, and then going and playing teams that aren't kind of like that. I mean, it helps, yeah.
As far as injuries right now, how are we looking leading up into this game?
I think we're okay. We got a couple of bumps and bruises, but I think when it all comes down to it, I think we'll be all right. So,
yeah, last week I felt like Peyton Pugh did a great job. I felt like our receivers were in places that they needed to be. Unfortunately, it didn't translate to the scoreboard, if you will, but coming up against a team like Valiant, which, again, is no slouch, like you said. They are no slouch, but I do feel like you could have a little bit more success against a team like Valiant offensively.
Yeah, no, here's the deal. Like I said, Valiant's pretty physical on defense. I mean, when they want to go, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. They're pretty good. I mean, that coach has done a great job, and like I said, we got our hands full. We're going to have to show up and get after them because they're going to definitely get after us. So,
when we talk about the district too, you've got Henrietta, very good. You've got Valiant, very good. The rest of the district kind of wide open with everybody else. But do you feel like this the remaining schedule? Do you feel like we've got the hardest part of our schedule out of the way?
I mean, that's it's kind of hard to say. I mean, like I said, basically what I've seen. I mean, Valiant, we've already talked about them. Spyro, I've watched them a few times. They're getting better each week. They do something different than what everybody else does. They like to throw the ball, and they got some athletes to throw to, and the quarterback can sling it around. So they do some things that aren't bad. I mean, I think and then you take Antlers. That's kind of been a rivalry over the past few years. I mean, they're going to do what they do. They're tough at what they do. They've gotten better each week, and I'm telling you, they're something that you don't want to skip over them because they're looking pretty good themselves. And then of course Henrietta, and they had a close one with Valiant last Friday, and I mean they got some really athletic dudes, and they're gonna So it really, I'd say the tough part's over, but I think we're just getting started. So we just got to get hunkered down and get better and do the little things we got to do to get better and go out there and play and show up.
Yeah, I think that Henrietta Valiant game last week was a 3-point ball game heading into halftime last time that I saw. So two very good teams. Defensively, what do we need to improve on against a team like a Valiant and the things that they do?
Just some different things. I think there were some points where we kind of, on defense, we kind of just, I don't want to get too much into it, but we just did a few different things, that didn't quite, follow the way we were, ready to go. But there's some things that we did get fixed this week that hopefully translate to Thursday. And hopefully we don't make those mistakes again. And like I said, the biggest thing is it's on me. I mean, I got to have them ready to play, and that's the biggest thing. I mean, when we show up, when we walk on that field, there's no reason why we can't compete with anybody. And like I said, I did a terrible job this week getting them ready, and we're going to have to do better this week as coaches. So,
offensively, I know you probably want to establish the running game pretty early against Valiant. How do you feel you guys will have success doing that?
The biggest thing is we just got to talk up front. I mean, we kind of have a good idea of what they're going to be in on defense, which, and I don't think we're going to get too much variation from that, which normally is not the case. Normally we'll get flavor of the week the first, and then we'll have to adjust throughout the game. But I think we know what they're going to be in, we've kind of seen the same front for 3 weeks in a row now. So I think our guys, and I noticed it in practice, we kind of have a better idea of what we need to do and talking it out and this and that. And then I think if we just, stick on our blocks and do what we need to do and get aggressive and be physical and match their physicality, I think we can have some success there, yes.
When we talk about the growth of the offense, too, Peyton Pugh, I really feel like he has done a phenomenal job this year. You've got guys in there that you can rely on, too, like JD, Zach Jim, another guy I felt like has done some really good things. You've got McCall, Prince, LJ. I mean, there's so many guys. You've got so much talent on that offensive side of the ball. Who do you contribute the most, I guess, success to in regards to how those guys gel together?
Well, they all like each other. I mean, we got a pretty good little knit. Our team's pretty close, and I'll say probably one of the closer ones we've had over the years. I mean, they're in here. They'll play. They'll talk to each other. There's no separation or whatsoever. Everybody's pretty cool with each other, and I think that helps in the long run. When your buddy's out there, and when you're counting on your buddy to do a good job, and it kind of just works out a little better that way. So I think the everybody being together on that kind of deal, that really helps out in the long run.
Thank you, Coach.
Ameris State Bank has been serving southeastern Oklahoma and North Texas for over 100 years. All of our products and services are available both online and in person, serving you in a friendly and professional atmosphere. At Ameris State Bank, you're more than a customer, you're a neighbor and a friend. From checking accounts to real estate loans, we've got you covered. We have 5 locations to serve you in Atoka, Antlers, Hugo, Tishomingo, and Sherman, Texas. Call, come by, or visit our website today at ameristatebank.com. Ameris State Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Brown's Funeral Service in Atoka, Colgate, Durant, and Medill are proud to be a part of the communities they serve. Since 1994, Brown's Funeral Service has proudly supported nonprofits, police and fire departments, local military members, and area schools. The staff at Brown's Funeral Service takes great pride in these endeavors because they realize it's more than being in business. It's about being a thread in the fabric of our community. Brown's Funeral Service, where service begins but never ends.
Coach Ray, it's your first year as the athletic director. Tell me about the transfer between Taggart to you this year that's kind of been the most stressful, I guess, to this point.
Well, there's a lot more that goes into this job than I ever thought there was. There's a lot of behind-the-scenes work that goes in, organization, making sure everything's covered, especially with football because there's so many moving parts to hosting a home football game and trying to get everything covered, whether it be gates or concession, clock keepers, and then you have your coaching staff. I want to be there to support them. Coach Cup does a great job of taking care of his business and handling things. I've had little to do on that front, but I still check in with him and try to make sure that everything's covered and ready for a Friday night home game. And Coach Lockhart has been great. He's still on campus, and he and I have a real good working relationship. And I've texted him and called him and went to his office and bugged him, hey, what about this? How do I do that? And, just getting information from him, but then also just a lot of on-the-job training.
As the athletic director, you've got a lot more responsibilities than you had last year outside of coaching itself. Is there anything interesting or cool coming up that you have for the student body for Atoka Public Schools in the near future?
We put out a letter just a couple of days ago. We're starting a youth league for our younger students, a youth basketball league. I'm going to start that just a little bit earlier this year than in the past, and it gives them a chance to add to what they may get in school ball, and we even start them younger. First and second grade have a chance to participate in that, so that's younger than what we start them in our school basketball, and just kind of introduce them to the game. And it's a pretty neat deal on a Saturday. You walk in the elementary gym, and there may be 200 people in there for elementary games, and it's neat to watch that, because at the high school level we get caught up in the competitiveness of it at times, and you just watch that innocence and that their first introduction to sports, and getting to watch them come out and play is kind of neat.
I've always been of the mindset that, busy hands for younger kids keep kids out of trouble, give them different insights as they get older. And I do believe that that's a really good quality to have, as these children get older. But it also is a good thing for your program in, building these kids up as they're introduced into the high school level.
Yes, sir. Building that confidence, instilling that at a young age is important. And we use that youth league also as a fundraiser for our athletics program, and so we rotate the various high school programs through on those Saturdays, and they get the opportunity to help work that, usually one Saturday each program. And it teaches those high school kids, some responsibility and kind of what goes into things, and they get to do some different duties than they may normally, whether it be doing some clock keeping or gate work or whatever it may be, to help us put that on for our youth league. So our youth league, our youth get the benefit of the basketball side of it, and our high school athletes get the benefit of, pitching in to help fundraise for their activities.
And it's not just football, basketball that you're overseeing as the athletic director. Tell me about some of the other sports and activities that we've got coming up over the course of the year.
Right now, cross country is winding down their season. Marisol Lockhart coaches that for us and does a good job getting kids involved in that. Our softball just ended their season a few days ago. Those girls doubled up their win total from last year. They're a young team, don't have a senior on the team. They're just getting better all the time. We're excited about the future of that. Of course, we've got the new softball field coming, thanks to the bond issue that was passed, and we're very excited to get that going. Of course, we've got football. We're in the middle of football, and always enjoy that. And then basketball's coming around the corner pretty quick, and then get through the winter on it. We'll get into baseball and track, and then we're going to also, we believe we're going to be able to field a slow pitch softball team this spring. So just it doesn't stop. And then Marisol Lockhart coaches our girls soccer team, and Coach Wingo coaches our boys soccer team. That'll get going in the spring as well. So keeps our kids busy, like you mentioned, the idle hands. There's plenty to do. They don't want for something to participate in.
And even for the kids that don't necessarily have athletic ability, physical attributes, or the want to do the physical sports, you have things like esports and whatnot here at Atoka Public Schools. How do you feel that benefits the school as a whole in regards to sports?
Well, it goes back. It gives their entire student body chances to do things, because a football or a basketball team or things like that may not appeal to certain students, and that's okay. And we want a well-rounded student body, and our esports and our FFA program, those give those students just other options. Our band, our TSA program, we've just got a lot of options. And I feel for a school of our size, because I still think of us as a small school, I feel we offer more than most schools out there that are our size.
Thanks, Coach.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
This is Eric Studeville, inviting you to buy the Studeville way.
Whether you're looking for open roads
or you like them built tough,
there is only one way to buy your vehicle.
And that's the Studeville way.
Studeville Chevrolet, 851 Westside Drive in Durant, and StudevilleChevrolet.com.
And Studeville Ford, 1601 South Mississippi in Atoka, and StudevilleFord.net.
The Studeville family of dealerships,
Proudly serving you and your communities.
When it rains, it pours, so it's important for you to get the coverage that meets your needs. Farmers Insurance agent Lucinda Holland can help you understand your options so you can prepare for what the forecast brings. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two. Learn more by calling agent Lucinda Holland at 580-889-3744 to find out how she can help you protect the things that matter most to you. That's Lucinda Holland.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
Your pregame show is brought to you by Texoma Chevy Dealers. This summer, happiness is a new Chevy. Find your summer adventure and bring along everyone you love. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Welcome in to the Ion Sports Network on KHKC 102.1 FM. Michael Gabbard alongside myself, Kalen Nagorski for today's game as the Wampus Cats are taking on Valiant and the Bulldogs. It is a district game that is of a lot of importance. We'll get to all of that coming up here in just a few minutes as well. But our video presentation brought to you by Ameristate Bank, on the go and informed. That's banking with Ameristate Bank's mobile app, ASB everywhere. Download for free or on your iPhone or Android device. Atoka coming into this matchup, they are 2-4. On the season under head coach Jacob Cupp. Couple of losses to start the season with Ringling, Colgate, and Lindsay. Then some big wins with Wilburton and Morris to start off district play. Then they get Valliant at home, and let's be honest, it didn't feel like much of a home game. There wasn't much of a crowd out there, and Valliant gets an impressive win, 48-0 over the Wampus Cats, as Atoka trying to get back on course as they sit in the 4th spot in district play.
Yeah, I think we've wiped the slate clean. We all know what happened last week. We didn't quite get the crowd turnout at home, and that was unfortunate, but we're not looking to the past. We're looking forward. This evening here, we're in Valiant with a big, aggressive, physical Valiant football team, and it's going to be important for tonight it's going to be important for Atoka to focus on their key coaching schemes and do what they do best.
Focus there, Caleb.
I can't focus, but I know the football team's focused.
You know, it's crazy. You look at these games, and Valiant and Idabel both kind of match up just the same. Both teams lost their first 3 games, won their next 2, and then lost their last in regards to the schedule. So both of them are 2-1 on the season. Now Valiant sitting in that 3 spot in district play right now because of the points, the point system. So if you beat a team by 15 points, you have the ability to gain 15 points in district under the point spread. Now if you lose, you can lose by 15 as well. That is the maximum the maximum on both sides that you can get or lose. Now Valiant, they have 29 points in 3rd place at 2-1. Atoka sitting in 4 in the number 4 spot of districts with a 2-1 record and 15 points. So, when you look at Henrietta also with 29 points, they still have a 3-0 record. That's the reason why they sit at number 2 in the district play right now. Valiant, of course, undefeated on the season and 6-0. I mean, when you look at the rest of districts, you've got some interesting games coming up. You've got Valiant, obviously tonight, Spyro next week on the road, Antlers, and then Henrietta, I think, is the one that you really have to mark down. But you can't slack on Antlers either, because Antlers is going to be a team that you're really going to have to focus on, considering that those 2 teams are kind of like rivals, if you will, nowadays.
Yeah, you've got to come into every game thinking that this is going to be a win or lose situation. You can't just walk in there with the winning mentality. You've got to show up and play the game.
Some interesting games going on in 2A2 football tonight. Antlers is taking on Wilburton. You've got Spyro at Morris. Some other notable games is number 7 Luther versus number 9 Alva. Luther is going to be at Alva tonight. And then the next one, Davis versus Colgate. That's at Colgate tonight. Davis coming in, the number 4 ranked team with a 3-3 record on the year. And, of course, you got the Atoka Valiant game, Holdenville at Dibble. You've got Henrietta at Vian. That one will be interesting tonight. Can Henrietta pull an upset against Valliant and shake up the districts a little bit more? That's the question. But a lot of good games going on in 2A2 football.
Yeah, the Henrietta Valliant game is one to keep an eye on. I know that's the one that I'm curious to see the outcome of.
Pioneer Athletics Fields of Excellence program
No doubt.
So we've got our pregame brought to you by Texoma Chevy Dealers today, and taking a look at the Atoka Wampus Cat lineup. We are missing a few, but let's go ahead and take a look at some of our players in today's game.
Zero, Austin Jackson, defensive end, junior.
Number 1, Timothy Wingo, kicker, sophomore.
Number 2, Prince Coleman, wide receiver, senior.
Number 3, Ada Middleton, strong safety, senior.
Number 4, Michael Miller, linebacker, freshman.
Number 5, Jaden Keaton, corner, sophomore.
Number 6, Chieftain Camp, wide receiver, freshman.
Number 7, Wade McCall, linebacker, junior.
Number 8, Peyton Henson, running back, freshman.
Number 9, Kaiser Mullins, free safety, junior.
Number 10, Ezekiel Brooks, running back, sophomore.
Number 11, Zachary Jim, strong safety, sophomore.
Number 13, Luke Morris, junior, kicker.
Number 15, Peyton Pugh, quarterback, senior.
Number 18, Nathaniel Eve, strong safety, freshman.
Number 19, Malachi Brooks, wide receiver, junior.
Number 20, Case Shores, defensive end, junior.
Number 23, LJ Lefevre, wide receiver, senior. Number 24, JD Bland, running back, senior.
Number 25, Tatum Floyd, quarterback, sophomore.
Number 26, Landon Floyd, cornerback, junior.
28, Roslyn Hembest, receiver, senior.
32, Axton Tapley, D-end, sophomore.
33, Roper Rector, linebacker, freshman.
Number 35, Tristan Coben, linebacker, senior.
42, Joshua Morris, tight end, sophomore.
44, Keaton Rector, linebacker, sophomore.
45, Tegan Richardson, fullback, junior.
51, Lucas Johnson, O-line, freshman.
52, Jimmy Villers, O-line, sophomore.
60, Tyler Rector, O-line, senior.
61, Pepper Jackson, offensive line, senior.
62, Chris Finley, left tackle, sophomore.
63, Dylan Clark, center, senior.
69, Emmanuel Love, nose guard, sophomore.
71, Sidarian Washington, defensive tackle, junior.
72, Thomas Pacheco, offensive tackle, junior.
73, Hayden Cooper, offensive tackle, senior.
75, Parker Beck, nose guard, freshman.
81, Axel Figueroa, wide receiver, freshman.
85, Tregan Ridgeway, tight end, sophomore.
Number 88, Robert Ingram, defensive end, senior.
89, Andres Garcia, defensive tackle, sophomore.
Since 1971, Westside Family Dentistry has been committed to enhancing the natural beauty and function of your smile while improving your oral and overall health. Using state-of-the-art technology, our friendly staff will take care of all your needs, from routine care, crown and bridge, implants, and even orthodontics, including Invisalign. Westside Family Dentistry is the premier choice to create beautiful, healthy smiles for the whole family.
In a world full of possibilities and firsts, you need neighbors in your corner, experts who have your back, and a cheering section to keep you going. That's why we're here. For 100 years and counting, we've been the first bank of dreaming big, and the first bank of what's next. At First Bank, we believe that anything's possible, and we're here to help you believe it too. First Bank, here for possibilities.
Family Health Center of Southern Oklahoma has some exciting news. Opening this fall, the new location at 457 South Mississippi Avenue in Atoka will open. This large, modern health center will be able to provide comprehensive health care complete with an in-house discount pharmacy, serving all patients, regardless of their ability to pay. Same-day appointments available, accepting insured and non-insured patients alike. Open Monday through Thursday from 7:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Fridays 7:30 to 11:30 a.m. For more information, visit the current location at 1556 South Virginia Avenue. Family Health Center of Southern Oklahoma. The right team making a difference.
Welcome back into Valiant, Oklahoma. We are live for Thursday Night Lights here on KHKC 102.1 FM. And I'm Michael Gabbard alongside myself, Kaylin Nagorski for high school football. Atoka taking on Valiant. It is a district game that means more than you think. Both of these two teams, they don't really like each other very much, Kaylin. And there's a lot of good reasons for it. It kind of dates back the last 4 to 5 years, which is funny. I've got a lot of friends from the Valiant area, and the conversation is always the same. We don't like each other. So you got that in the air for tonight. Plus, it's a big matchup in regards to the district standings moving forward and whether a team is going to be 5-5 at the end of the year or whether a team is going to be 6-4. That's the big difference right there. You're fighting for that 2 or that 3 spot in districts right now, depending on what happens with Valliant for the rest of the year. We know they're pretty good. We've seen them. They've got to finish out the rest of the season strong, but it definitely will shake up the district play if that happens. And a big win against Valiant tonight would help solidify Atoka's chance there in that 1 or that 2 or that 3 spot for sure in district play.
Yeah, we're really looking forward to the performance tonight out of the Wampus Cats. I know after speaking with Coach Cup this week that they've had a good week of practice. They said that the kids are really focused and they're back on track after facing the number 1 team in the district last week, but they're excited to put that past them and continue moving forward as they take on the Valiant Bulldogs this evening.
16 players. 16 players. Why is that number important? That was the number of players that Atoka thought they were going to have out this week. Not the case tonight, but we are missing some important pieces. One being Prince Coleman being out tonight. Tegan Richardson still out, and of course Hayden Cooper, I believe, or was it Hayden Cooper? It was Dylan Clark that was out as well. So 3 important pieces to the starting lineup for the Wampus Cats, especially at that wide receiver position, and that means there's going to be guys that are going to have to step up at that wide receiver spot. You know, you look at Malachi Brooks and what he's capable of doing, L.J. Lefevre as well. You got Austin Jackson back into the lineup. He'll work between that running back and defensive end position. But, yeah, it is definitely going to be a tough match here with a guy like Prince Coleman, who is, to my personal opinion, and I believe most of the state would agree with this, one of the best receivers in Class 2A.
Yeah, disappointing that we don't have Prince this evening, but 2 key players that we do still have in our wide receiving core is Javen Keaton and also Kaiser Mullins, 2 guys that are more than capable of getting the job done on the football field, as Prince is out with an injury this week. So Peyton Pugh is still going to have help as he's still looking downfield.
Again, our pregame show is brought to you by Texoma Chevy Dealers. And we've got 4 quarters of action here tonight, Thursday night football. Obviously, we've got fall break that hit this week, so no Friday night games. Big games tonight going on around the district itself, and not only in districts, but 2A2, which they've split 2A up into 2 different sections. So there's 2A1, 2A2 now. Big ones, Davis, Colgate tonight. You've got Colcord as well, both top 10 teams in Class 2A2. Salina plays Wadota today. I'm sorry. How do you pronounce that? Winoti? How do you even pronounce it? I don't even know.
I'm afraid to even try.
We're gonna skip that one. But anyway, Wilburton Antlers. Somebody's gonna correct me here in just a few seconds. Alva and Luther play tonight. That's a big one. Beggs and Comanche, another big game in District 2A2. So be on the lookout for them. We'll try to update you on those scores as the game goes on. Wampus Cats taking on Valiant here tonight. These two teams very familiar with each other. You know, you look at Valiant, none of these two teams have played any of the similar matches, so it's kind of hard to really match those two up, but I know definitely having three of your main guys out tonight could definitely play a factor.
Yeah, no doubt it can play a factor, but we still have several people that are healthy and are capable of helping Peyton Pugh back in the pocket. So I think we're going to have just enough to get out of here with the W, but we shall see.
The Wampus Cats set to kick this one off. When you look at Valiant, you're going to want to take a look at number 24, Kenny Golston. He's a junior, standing at 6'1", 210. He's already got offers to guys like, colleges like Oregon State, Oregon, North Texas, and more. He's a talented guy. If Valiant can get him going early on, that's going to be a tough matchup for the Wampus Cats in their front. We'll see how that goes. As Kenny Golston, he is an absolute baller, not just on the football field, but basketball too.
Difference he's a tremendous athlete.
Stands at 5'11". And here is the kick, the return. Prince has it, gets up to the 45 before being pushed out of bounds towards the painted numbers on the near side. And great field position for Valiant to get started in this matchup tonight, Thursday Night Football. Valiant coming out in black jerseys, black helmets, black pants with the orange and white trim, the orange V on the helmet with the stripe going down the middle. I love that. Wampus Cats are coming out with maroon pants, white jerseys, maroon numbers, and black helmets. Beautiful weather, too. Right now, it's cooling down. It's in the 60s at the current moment. We expect it to drop down near the low 50s by the time this game ends. So, you know, there's going to be some cold hands out there for sure.
Perfect football weather.
Valiant comes out in the shotgun to get things started off. You'll see a lot of what you would consider a veer offense in a sense. Big run here, number 24, Kenny Golston.
Handoff given there to number 24.
Picks up enough for the first down and more, and Valiant moves the chains.
Yeah, I've seen it. Number 9, Kaiser Mullins on the tackle.
Your quarterback, Brody Dories, a junior, also a very good basketball player for Valiant. Dories under the shotgun, two wide receivers set right. Handoff, Golston once again. He's hitting the backfield. His manages to get a couple of yards, get back to the line of scrimmage, maybe picks up one, and it's going to bring up second down and 9 for Valiant.
Yeah, Wade McCall is going to have a tough night in store for him, having to keep tabs on number 24, Kenny Golston. As Michael previously stated, Golston has tremendous athletic ability.
Dories, Golston in the backfield. Tight formation now out of the shotgun. Ball is placed near side of the 40. Handoff, Golston cuts right and hits the C-gap. Picks up positive yardage, and it brings up third down.
Handoff again goes to number 24.
Yeah, so what I early hear from the Valiant Bulldogs is that they're interested in getting their running game going, but I mean, who can blame them when you've got some talented folks in the backfield? But Atoka's defense doing a great job of putting a stop to it early on here in this football game.
Dories, hands off. Golston cuts off tackle, gets past the chains, picks up big yardage down to about the 16-yard line. That's enough for a first down and more as Valiant claws their way into the red zone for the first time tonight.
Valiant really trying to establish that running game, as I previously stated before.
So some big runs here by Kenny Golston to get started. And again, another tight formation, far side of the field. Ball placed at the 16. Golston goes left off tackle and picks up a couple of yards on the play. It will bring up second down and approximately 7.
And off again to number 24, Kenny Golston picks up about 6 yards on that.
Oh, no, they gave him 6 on the play. So they're going to spot this one at the 10. And so far, all run plays, 5 plays in this drive, all for positive yardage on the run. You talk about establishing the run early. That's what Valiant's doing. And now you've got wide receiver set off to the right, one to the left. Ball placed down the middle of the field at the 10-yard line. Here comes Golston. Cuts off tackle, picks up 4 yards on the play.
And off again goes to number 24, Kenny Golston.
Picks up good positive yardage. Gets that first down. And now it's going to be first down and goal. Ball placed at the 3.
Goal now for the Bulldogs.
Zach Jim on the tackle for the Atoka Wampus Cats. Zach, another key player here on Atoka's football team. He's been doing a tremendous job this year.
Yeah, player of the week last week for the Wampus Cats. Star of the game, brought to you by AmeriState Bank. Handoff, Golston, upfield towards the A gap, and that's going to be just shy of the goal line.
How about that for a defensive stop by the Wampus Cats?
And off again went to 24, Kenny Golston.
Started off first down and 3.
Forward to just shy of
and now it's second down and 1.
Second and inches.
Second down and goal here.
Ball placed near side of the field at the 1-yard line. Valiant trying to score on their first drive. And now we've got offsides by the offense.
Down before the snap.
False start.
False start
is going to be a false start on number 51, Braden Jones, the 6-foot, 195-pound senior. I believe that he was coming in off the sidelines, and I think that he just may have rushed that play a little bit with the motion that was involved. So Valiant coming back up to the line again to try it again here at 2nd and 6.
Now we got flags down again.
Offsides is going to be the call against the Wampus Cats here.
Well, that's one thing that we didn't need right there.
You get the yards from Valiant, and then you just give them right back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
unfortunate mistake.
Second down and 1 for Valiant. Opening drive, 7:43 remaining. So far, they've done a great job of moving the sticks and taking time off the clock. As the line shifts from right to left. Handoff, Golston cuts inside, and it's going to stand up for the touchdown. That is the first touchdown of the game for Kenny Golston.
Kenny Golston really being the go-to man there for this first offensive drive from the Bulldogs. Golston with several carries on that first offensive drive. Probably easily picking up 30, 35 yards rushing.
Line shifts here. Snap is good. Kick is up. And the kick is good as well. 7-0. Valiant strikes first on their home field. We've got more coming up, including a Wampus Cat offensive drive in our future. It is KHKC 102.1 FM.
Ritter Express Pharmacy in Atoka has been serving as your local hometown team. Since 1972, the Ritter family has been dedicated to your health and well-being. Now with the third generations in pharmacy school and medical school, they are continuing to strive to bring the latest in healthcare innovation to our community. They understand life is busy and have 2 convenient drive-through windows and are well known for their fast and friendly service. Ritter Express Pharmacy is very appreciative of the support of the community over the last 50 years and will continue to work hard and evolve to earn your business. If you need free delivery, a vaccination, a wheelchair, a brace, specialty compounding, a unique request, or just good medical advice you can trust from people that care and are invested in the community, then Ritter Express Pharmacy has you covered. Choose Ritter Express Pharmacy. Experience the personalized care you deserve. Ritter Express Pharmacy is your trusted partner in health.
Ameris State Bank has been serving southeastern Oklahoma and North Texas for over 100 years. All of our products and services are available both online and in person, serving you in a friendly and professional atmosphere. At Ameris State Bank, you're more than a customer. You're a neighbor and a friend. From checking accounts to real estate loans, we've got you covered. We have 5 locations to serve you in Atoka, Antlers, Hugo, Tishomingo, and Sherman, Texas. Call, come by, or visit our website today at ameristatebank.com. Ameris State Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Welcome back into the Ion Sports Network. Michael Gabbard, Kalen Nagorski on the call for tonight's Thursday night football game. The Wampus Cats getting their first offensive possession to start at the 43-yard line after the kick return that was set off by Valiant. A 55-yard drive, 7 plays, and a 1-yard touchdown by Kenny Golston, the star running back from Valiant, and Valiant strikes first with a 7-0 lead. Here's the handoff, and a big hit right at the line of scrimmage. That time was Valiant's number 33, Gavin Chavez, the sophomore linebacker, standing at 6'2" and 195 pounds, and he lit up Ezekiel Brooks, the sophomore running back for the Wampus Cats.
Yeah, something you always like to see from your linebackers, stepping up in that gap.
So it'll be 2nd down and 9 for the Wampus Cats. Ball started off at the 43-yard line, and they got it with 6:50 remaining here in the first quarter. Clock continues to run, and it's a sweep play to the left, far side, positive yardage, enough for the first down, and a good run that time set up by the Wampus Cats. And a 12-yard gain by Ezekiel Brooks.
Ezekiel Brooks doing a fantastic job carrying the football there for Atoka as he picks up positive yardage, moving the chains and getting the Wampus Cat first down.
2 plays so far by the Wampus Cats on their first offensive possession. District game, Valiant and Atoka. Atoka on the run with on the road with 2 running backs. Fullback J.D. Bland takes the handoff, cuts up for a couple of yards on the play, and that'll set up 2nd down.
And up there went to
my man J.D. the bus Bland.
And on the stop for the Bulldogs was number 10.
Always enjoy getting to watch that young man play football. He's a talented athlete.
Good kid. Has been suffering through some injuries here at the early going of the season, but has done a fantastic job training and getting back out there a couple of weeks ago. A couple of touchdowns to go along with it. Has been really good since he's come back from injury. And they're going to hand this one off to Brooks, who cuts off tackle, left side of the field, picks up positive yardage. Not enough for the first down, however. And that's going to bring up
went to number 24, J.D. Bland.
Not necessarily short yardage. You're looking at what, about 4 yards?
Yeah, it appears to be 3rd and 4.
Third down and about 5 after that play.
They're going to call it 3rd down and 6. Be about right.
Not a bad situation for the Wampus Cats here as they try and convert here on 3rd and 6.
Handoff up the middle. Bland trying to pick up 6 yards here on the 3rd down possession, and is going to be unsuccessful.
Short gain on the handoff to number 24, J.D. Bland.
Well, you know, Michael, if I was the offensive play caller, I would have to opt for a punt, and this is why I say punt. You've got Valiant already up 7 points here with 4 minutes and 10 seconds left in the first quarter.
20.
and pin them deep in their own end zone.
Yeah, that's not what Coach Cup wants to do. He wants to go for it here on 4th down. I formation once again. Peyton Pugh under center for the Wampus Cats. They're going to sweep this one out to Ezekiel Brooks, who cuts up past the first down markers. And thank goodness you're not the coach, because that's a first down for the Wampus Cats.
Well, I tell you, I couldn't have been any more wrong on that one, could I? This is why I'm in the booth and not on the field.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Hey, it's all right, though. We'll take the first down. I'll take you being wrong every day of the week if that's the result.
Yeah, Ezekiel Brooks getting it done out there.
Ball now spotted on the Bulldog 33.
Valiant scored on 7 plays and a 55-yard drive that took off approximately 7 minutes of clock. The Wampus Cats trying to do the same. Hayden Pugh takes off. He was looking to throw, but instead scrambles, picks up positive yardage. Cuts up the center of the line. And that'll bring up 2nd down for the Wampus Cats. 3:07 remaining here in the first.
Peyton playing smart football after he drops back into the pocket. He didn't see any of his wide receivers open and elected to take off running, but chose to slide to give himself a little bit of protection.
You know, the one thing I will say, though, just because I'm a negative Nancy, tuck the ball, Peyton. He had the ball hanging off to the side. Somebody could come in and easily swap that away. Handoff. Looks like a counter. And nowhere to go on that play. Goes back to the line of scrimmage. And now it's 3rd down and long for the Wampus Cats. Again, this is an offense. And it doesn't matter whether it's this offense or any other offense, but this offense in particular, you do not want to be in a 3rd down and long situation. That's not how your offense is designed. You want to be in 3rd down and short situation. Now 3rd down and 8 kind of closes up your playbook just a bit.
Yeah, it really does.
Ball placed far side of the field. 1 wide receiver set in an I formation, rolling out. Peyton Pugh looking to go to the tight end. No, the fullback, and J.D. Bland can't hold on to it as he drops it near the painted numbers of the 30-yard line, and that's going to bring up 4th down for the Wampus Cats.
Boy, J.D., he was open too, but it just barely tipped his fingertips, and he wasn't able to hold it in.
It is the 8th play of the drive for the Wampus Cats. And now you've got a decision. You went for it on 4th down and 4 or 6 prior. Do you go for it on 4th down and 8 here, or do you go ahead and punt this one away?
Well, I'm going to contradict my last statement, and I say you go for it this time.
Got the ball placed shy of the 30-yard line. And they are going to go for it. Pressure in the backfield. Peyton Pugh goes down, and it is a sack for a loss and a turnover for Valiant's defense. And so the Wampus Cats unable to score on their first offensive possession, and Valiant coming out with offensive production and now a defensive turnover on the other side.
1st down and 10.
Yeah, number 54, King Golston, getting off his block there on the defensive line, making his way into the backfield, bringing down Peyton Pugh. So the Wampus Cats turn it over on down. 1st and 10 for the Valiant Bulldogs with the ball on the 43-yard line with the offense in a shotgun formation.
Screen play. Right side of the field. Caught at the 44-yard line. Cuts it up to about the 50. Has to get to the 47 for a 1st down.
And that was a good tackle by number 69. I don't have him listed here on the roster, Mike, but that was a solid hit.
Number 13, Brody
You
Boyce.
said 59?
69.
69.
E.J. Love.
E.J. Love.
Second
transfer out, came from California.
I'm loving it.
He was on the Wampus Cat podcast a few weeks ago. Young guy, too. And
24, Kenny Golston.
He's excited about being a Wampus Cat.
1st down.
The Valiant picks up a 1st down off the run play. And listen, they didn't go anywhere else but Golston here. And considering how the last offensive possession went, I think you're going to see a little bit more of the same.
Yeah, they're pounding the rock with this guy. He's really going to get a workout in this evening, it looks like.
So shotgun, 2 wide receivers set to the near side of the field. Ball placed far side. Looking to throw, and had a man open, split the 2 defenders in the secondary, but just threw it right behind his intended wide receiver.
That is Ty Whitby.
So an incomplete pass. It was intended for number 4, Ty Whitby, 6-foot junior, and he had a little bit of separation there at the line of scrimmage.
Atoka's defense doing a really good job in selecting the correct coverages for this Valiant offense.
Dories in the shotgun. Golson in the backfield, looking to throw again, and another screen to the near side of the field now. Cuts up to the 40-yard line and is down at about the 37.
Dories drops back to pass, connects with his target, number 1, Riker Prince.
Number 11, Zach Jim on the tackle for the Wampus Cats.
Gain of 8, 3rd down and 2 now.
I'm going to say it's 3rd down and 2. I think that's closer to 3rd down and 1, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, from up here, it's kind of looking about like 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3 maybe.
Shotgun, through wide receiver set right. Handoff, Golston, and he is going to be swallowed up by the defense, but not before they pick up the first down. The tackle was made by Pepper Jackson, but Golston picks up enough to move the chains. Now we've got timeout on the field, it looks like, so we'll take a timeout as well. It's the Ion Sports Network on KHKC 102.1 FM. Our score actually it's going into the second quarter. Our score going into the second is 7-0, Valiant on top.
Genesis Abstract and Title is dedicated to doing things right while providing a positive customer experience. At Genesis Abstract, they use advanced technology such as fully automated records to expedite the process and avoid delays. Their friendly professionals are ready to serve you and will take care of every detail to make your buying and selling process an easy one. Genesis Abstract, open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 at 410 East Court Street in Atoka. Your source for quality abstracts, title insurance, and excellent closing solutions.
In a world full of possibilities and firsts, you need neighbors in your corner, experts who have your back, and a cheering section to keep you going. That's why we're here. For 100 years and counting, we've been the first bank of dreaming big and the first bank of what's next. At First Bank, we believe that anything's possible, and we're here to help you believe it too. First Bank, here for possibilities.
No, our zone.
As we switch sides here in Valiant, you were going to say what again?
Yeah,
Jalen?
I apologize to interrupt our viewers there coming in off the break, but our zone coverage is looking solid on defense. I was just commentating, speaking with Mike here in the booth, that the Wampus Cats' physicality here in Valiant this evening looking tremendous, doing a really good job thus far here in this ball game.
Second quarter of action, 12 minutes on the clock. Valiant has a 7-0 lead against the Wampus Cats at home. That was a quick first quarter of play. We saw a lot of running. Valiant came out in this drive, threw the ball around a little bit more than we saw in that first drive, that first possession. They brought the chain gang out, and it brought up 4th down and 4 instead of a first down. So 4th down and 4 for Valiant on this drive as the ball is placed far side of the field. They're going to hand off to Golston once again, who lowers the boom and cuts his way up a couple of extra yards past the first down marker, and Valiant able to move the chains there on 4th down.
Yeah, Golston picking up the first down, but it didn't appear that he just barely picked it up. It wasn't by much.
As Valiant makes a couple of switches. We're going to come out with a 1st down and 10 with the ball placed at the 35-yard line. That is the 35-yard line for the Wampus Cats, as they are in Wampus Cat territory. Shotgun, 2 wide receiver set right. Golston with a handoff once again, cuts up the B gap. The ball comes out. Are they going to call the ball down first, though? That's the question. Doesn't really matter now because Valiant fell on top of it.
Handoff went there to number 24.
Take a look at it one more time here. Here's the play. There's the handoff. Was he down? And I don't think he was. I think his knees were there. I think they need to spot that ball behind where the original tackle was. Shotgun splits the defense. Nice breakup pass.
Number 13, Brody Dories drops back.
Man, what a breakup play by number 9, Kaiser Mullins, coming out of that safety position.
Kaiser Mullins was there. I think Javen Keaton was in the vicinity as well. And Dories threw an absolute dart between two defenders, and Atoka was able to break up the intended pass to their intended wide receiver. I think they threw that into number 2, Ozzie Trapp, if I'm not mistaken. Younger brother of, I believe it was Michael Trapp, an excellent senior basketball player from last year. And now you got a quarterback keeper.
That one is kept by quarterback number 13, Brody
Bootleg
Dories.
out, positive yardage, and Valiant will move the
Picks up
chain.
enough yardage for the Bulldog. First down.
Pepper Jackson, number 61 on the tackle for your Atoka Wampus Cats. Boy, Valiant really sticking with this ground and pound. Not really being able to get their passing game established as of yet.
Well, they've had a lot of success so far, and they're 3 yards away from being in the red zone for the second time tonight. Shotgun formation again. Quarterback keeper looking to pitch, does out to Golston, cuts near the sidelines and gets past the painted numbers of the 20-yard line, down close to about the 13. So that should move the chains or put the ball right near the chain
on that
in
play.
the line of
Second down
scrimmage.
and 1 now.
Or the
yeah, I've got it
initial for the first down. No, they actually spotted them short than the 13. So they've actually got the ball placed at the 14. So it should be second down and 1. Here's the shotgun again. Dories, Golston looking to pass. It's a screen once again. You'll see a lot of these bubble screens out of Valiant. They have a lot of success with it. That time, not so much. Is coming in and making the tackle. Who was that on the tackle? Was that McCall? I believe it was.
Well, I was taking a look at our defensive end. I think they've got Robert Ingram out there at DN. He was kind of floating in the flats there. They had a single DB. They may need to switch that come halftime. Let's see what they decide.
Rounds to the 10-yard line. Quarterback keeper.
Quarterback number 13, Brody Dories.
Takes off, and the quarterback will scramble. It's enough for the first
Picks
down.
up another first down with that play. First
They're
down
going to
and
spot
goal
this
for the
ball
Bulldogs
at
now.
the 8-yard line, so it'll be first down and goal for Valiant as they've got a 7-0 lead with 9:14 remaining here in the first half. It's been a fast first half so far.
It really has. They've got there. They switched their coverage up just a little bit.
And now we've got a timeout called by the Wampus Cats. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. Our score again, 7-0 with Valiant on top of the Wampus Cats with 9:04 remaining in the first half.
My name is Judy Wheeler. I had a tooth pulled, and I didn't realize how valuable that tooth was till I couldn't chew on that side anymore. And Dr. Holcomb pulled that tooth for me, and then a short time later, I came back to work with the lady on the financing. There was no stress, there was no pressure, there was no anything. It's just this is what's available, and y'all can work it out the way that works for you. And we were able to work out a plan that everything just went like clockwork. Now I can chew again on that side.
This is Eric Studeville, inviting you to buy the Studeville way.
Whether you're looking for open roads
or you like them built tough,
there is only one way to buy your vehicle.
And that's the Studeville way.
Studeville Chevrolet, 851 Westside Drive in Durant, and StudevilleChevrolet.com.
And Studeville Ford, 1601 South Mississippi in Atoka, and StudevilleFord.net.
The Studeville family of dealerships,
proudly serving you and your communities.
Another red zone trip here for the Valiant offense as we come back from the quick timeout. 9:04 remaining. Handoff to Golson. Cuts up off tackle into the end zone. Takes one step left, cuts back right, and has a wide open lane for the end zone. And now it's 13-0. Valiant on top of the Wampus Cats.
Yeah, that's a lot of beef rolling downhill. That kid's 6'1", 210 pounds.
He's a big kid.
He's a big kid.
And again, he's got some major D1 talent. He actually trains out of the C4 training facility there in the kind of the Durant silo area, as they produced a lot of talent out of that area.
Up and it's good.
And the extra kick is up, and it is good. So 14-0. We're going to keep it right here for the kickoff. But I'll tell you what, Golston, he is a quick kid. He's a big kid. He got the speed, the size. He's an excellent, in my opinion, he's a better basketball player. But when you start talking about basketball, and we talked about this with Patrick Nix earlier, the girls coach for the Valiant High School Bulldogs, Lady Bulldogs, when you start looking at kids that are 5'11", 6 foot, you're not really looking at them as a basketball player, and so you got a chance to play D1 football opposed to D1 basketball. I think you got a pretty good opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, you can't disagree with that. I can't help to believe that Atoka saw this on film coming in to Valiant during the preparation previously this week. And, right now, the key is to shut number 24 and Kenny Golston down. You've got to shut him down. And once you can do that, that is going to pose big problems for Valiant.
That's the play once again. If you're watching the video stream brought to you by Ameristate Bank, here's the kickoff by the Wampus Cats. By Valiant, caught by the Wampus Cats at the 18-yard line. Cuts upfield to about the 30, and so good field position for Atoka to get this drive started off. Trailing, however, 14-0 in the first half.
He is brought down by number 33, Gavin Chavez.
Still totally in this ball game. Lots of football left to play here with 8:52 left in the second quarter. I believe that was number 26, Landon Floyd, the 5'11 junior, on the kickoff return for the Wampus Cats.
Starting off at the 30. First offensive drive. Now, Atoka had a lot of success in their last drive, but they had to convert a fourth down in order to do it. They weren't able to convert on a 4th down and 8. So you want to kind of shorten those up a little bit here on this drive. And it looks like an end round. And in the backfield, stuffed is Peyton Pugh. And getting into the backfield, I believe, was number 28, Mason Kimmy. Or is that 23? Gustavo Silos.
By number 21, Aaron Scholes.
No, they're going to say it was Aaron Scholes. I was wrong on both.
About 2, 2nd down and 12.
I'm sorry, I was kind of giggling there. Wade and Golston were having a small chat after that play.
Peyton Pugh, J.D. Bland in the backfield. And they're going to end round this. Fans were wanting holding to the outside. Malachi Brooks cuts up for a couple on the gain, but I think it's just going to bring him just a little bit past the original line of scrimmage.
Malachi Brooks.
They're going to have that.
Picks up about 7, 3rd down and 5.
Placed at about the 36, maybe the 37-yard line. Let's call it the 36. So it's 3rd down and 6. You were able to convert a 4th down and 6 in the last drive. But again, handoff, and J.D. Bland picks up positive yardage. Now we got flags back on the field.
Listen, 24.
And I believe this is going to be in the area of holding for the Wampus Cats. Let's see real quick.
Boy, it came in kind of late.
Referees rocking the pink flags today in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
I dig that, man. I like the pink flags.
Those against the Wampus Cats. Now, what was the flag?
I never saw the referee signal.
Well, we saw it looks like it's a personal foul.
That was against the Wampus Cats.
We didn't see who it was against.
After that, it's going to bring up the 3rd down.
Didn't see what it was for. The call was against the Wampus Cats, but they never gave us any signal. And now the referee crew are going to have a conversation about it.
Interesting. I feel like I missed that whole thing.
I think they might call offsetting flags, and that might be the conversation that they're having. Because I think they threw a flag on Atoka and maybe a flag on Valiant. Let's find out.
Well, and it came in a little late.
That is not the case.
Well, unfortunate circumstances to say the least. But, with Prince being out this week, Peyton still has lots of weapons. He's got Malachi Brooks helping him out. He's got Malachi Brooks.
You talking about wide receiver?
Ezekiel Brooks.
Ezekiel
My apologies.
Brooks.
My apologies.
Brooks will now head to the sidelines. 4 wide receivers set off to the right. Peyton Pugh rolls out, looks to throw, caught near the first down marker. And did he get out of bounds before he passed the first down marker? I think he did. That was L.J. Lefevre.
Number 15, Peyton Pugh, rolls out to his right. Tries to connect with his man, number 24, J.D. Bland. That was going to be
Look at that one more time.
I saw LJ out there on it.
And I think LJ did get out of bounds past the first down marker. Like to see LJ get going. You'll see a few more targets to him, obviously, with Prince Coleman going out.
11, Zach Jim, the punt man.
They're going to call it 4th down and 15.
Yes, sir. That is correct.
So here is the punt. The snap is slow to get going, and now the ball is going to take an Atoka bounce to the Valiant 44-yard line. Atoka unable to score points on their possession. And now Valiant, after 2 drives and 2 touchdowns, back on the field for another offensive possession with great field position.
This is going to be a key stop for the Wampus Cats here on defense, as they're already down 14-0 here with 7:33 left to play in the second quarter. Needing to shut down number 24, Kenny Golston. My apologies.
And it's a sweep. Gets it out past the painted numbers of the 50, now to the 40, taken down at the painted numbers of the 30. A big chunk of yardage for Riker Prince, the sophomore, standing at 6 foot, 165 pounds. And the wide receiver picks up massive rushing yardage for a first down, and now they're 10 yards out from another red zone trip. Handoff. Gets up past the 20-yard line and is dragged out of bounds.
Take a
look at that one more time.
Takes that one around the left side.
It was number 2, Ozzie Trapp.
After that one sets the Bulldogs up first down.
After a couple of missed tackles, and Wade McCall was finally able to bring him down. Right now you're seeing a lapse in the Atoka defense.
Like the 6-yard line.
Shotgun formation once again. And another end round, little pitch out to Riker Prince before being taken down. Again, Wade McCall in the vicinity.
Ball carrier there, number 1, Riker Prince. Flag down on
There's a flag on the play. Watch real closely here.
E.J. Love comes up with the initial tackle. So McCall will actually get the assist on that. 6:22 remaining here in quarter number 2 in Valiant tonight. big district game. Right now, Atoka trailing by 14. You got to figure out a way to put some points up because you've got 3 drives right now with a turnover and 2 punts.
Yeah, the flag on the play was for a holding call on Valiant, so that's going to help the Wampus Cats backing Valiant up
first down and goal from the 14.
just a little bit.
Third trip of the night in the red zone for Valiant. Doris, man in motion. Handoff once again on the end round. Cuts up field and a tackle after positive yardage.
Aussie trap.
Man, great.
Trap on the
Going to take that one inside the 5-yard
run,
line.
and then on the tackle was number 60 for the Atoka Wampus Cats, Tylen Rector.
Second down and goal now.
Tylen Rector doing a great job right there.
So far you've seen production out of Valiant in the bubble screens, the end rounds, the sweeps. And now they're going to hand it off to the big guy, Kenny Golston, who is going to walk in for a touchdown.
Pay there for the 3rd time tonight.
3-yard rush and 3 touchdowns for Kenny Golston on the night. So Valiant right now running away with this one. 20-0 is the score with 5:30 still remaining in this first half. Snap holder will be Daytona Inslee. The kick
Number 23, Gustavo
is up,
Salos, extra point is up
and good for Gustavus Slavos.
His third of the night.
And it's 21-0. Valiant on top. We'll take a quick break. It is the Ion Sports Network on KHKC.
Brown's Funeral Service in Atoka, Colgate, Durant, and Medill are proud to be a part of the communities they serve. Since 1994, Brown's Funeral Service has proudly supported nonprofits, police and fire departments, local military members, and area schools. The staff at Brown's Funeral Service takes great pride in these endeavors because they realize it's more than being in business. It's about being a thread in the fabric of our community. Brown's Funeral Service, where service begins but never ends.
H&L Custom Processing is proud to support the Atoka Wampus Cats. A family-owned business by Gary and Charity Hensley, H&L offers custom processing of wild game as well as local livestock. H&L is USDA certified and makes it a goal to provide excellent service, cleanliness, and up-to-date processing services in their state-of-the-art facility. With immediate openings for beef and pork processing, H&L is here to help get your team ready for tailgating or backyard cookouts this season. Stop by and check out their facility in Colgate or call 580-258-0263 for more information.
Welcome back into the Ion Sports Network. After the kick return, Atoka will get the ball placed at the 31-yard line.
Number 11, Zach Jim, brought down by a pack
and
of
again,
Bulldogs.
the
Ball
Wampus
spotted
Cats
on the 31.
on the prowl for their first touchdown of the night.
Wampus Cats
21-0 is the score. Valiant on top with 5:24 remaining in the second quarter of play.
Yeah, Atoka hungry here to get that first touchdown.
Well, you would hope so. Right now they haven't been able to get anything done. I mean, it's not necessarily that the offense isn't clicking. It's just they really haven't had a chance to get anything going. And I think the way that you do it right here is a big run play and then maybe hit the passing game pretty early here in the last 5 minutes of play. But you try to run it up the middle here for J.D. Bland. Nowhere to go on that as you had Valiant Bulldogs surrounding the football.
Yeah, Coach Cupp's playbook is still wide open with several weapons to use. I mean, Ezekiel Brooks, Javen Keaton, Zach Jim. I mean, several key players out there that can make it happen for us.
Peyton Pugh under center. J.D. Bland, the lone man in the backfield. One wide receiver set off to the left. Ball placed down the middle. They're going to look to try to get a 5 and in passing play to Malachi Brooks, and that's going to be short of Malachi's hands. And so another missed opportunity there for the Wampus Cats, and it's going to bring up third down and 9.
Yeah, another one of those long third and long plays. Really wishing we could shorten those up
Stick around for the halftime show as well. Coming up at the break, brought to you by Logan and Sons. Shotgun for the Wampus Cats, looking to pass, and it's over the extended arms of Malachi Brooks again. And so now a fourth down and long situation. I think where the ball is placed right now, you don't give Valiant another opportunity for Golston to put up his fourth rushing touchdown tonight. I think you go ahead and just punt this one away.
Yes, sir. You are correct. That's exactly what I would do. Punt that thing deep. Get your burners running downfield.
I don't know what Golston has rushing yardage-wise, but he's got a 1-yard TD. He's got a 3-yard touchdown and another 3-yard touchdown on the day, so 3 touchdowns on the night. And we're just in the first half. And the punt is low, takes it a Wampus Cat bounce at the 20-yard line, and in the backfield making the tackle is Timothy Wingo. Running down the punt returner.
Timothy Wingo did a fantastic job on the punt team there for the Wampus Cats, covering that football.
Bulldogs first down and 10.
The ball will be placed near side of the field, just inches from the 25-yard line. And Valiant, with 4:21 remaining in the second quarter of play, has an opportunity here to add points before going into the half. Here's the shotgun formation by the Bulldogs. 3 wide receivers set off to the left. Ball placed near field side of the field. At the 25. Bubble screen caught. Kicks upfield past the first down markers. Now he's got a lot of space past the 50 to the 40. He might go all the way. 20, 10, and dragged down shy of the goal line and about the 3-yard line. What a play that time. And the catch was completed by Riker Prince. And that's another opportunity here for Valiant and points. And Kenny Golston once again for his 4th score of the game if Atoka is not able to make a stop here.
Boy, you know, Atoka's DBs were covered up big on that. Valiant running those bubble screens is posing a problem here as well in the first half. Number 19, Malachi Brooks was out there doing his best to run him down. I actually think he got tripped up on that tackle.
Ball started off at the 25. They get it all the way down to the 1-yard line on one play. And a big pass and catch that time on the bubble screen for Riker Prince. And we've got a timeout on the field. We'll keep it here for a moment. Atoka, man, needing a big stop right now. You don't want to go into the half trailing 28-0. You know, you still got 4:07 remaining on the clock, so you got an opportunity to get the ball back and produce some points. But you want to try to get some negative yardage here for Valiant and maybe try to hold them to a field goal.
Yeah, plenty of time left on this clock. A lot of football left to play.
You know Valiant's going to run it up the middle right now. That's what you've got to be expecting because Valiant wants to take off time from the clock.
Yeah, I mean, not to state the obvious here, but I think that was just kind of their game plan, really, is to dominate that running game and run the clock. I mean, my goodness, we're already 4 minutes until halftime here.
Line makes a shift here for Valiant. Ball placed at the 1-yard line. 21-0. Clock is running. They're going to hand off to Golston, who is up in the end zone. 2 plays and a touchdown for Valiant as they go up 27-0 against the Wampus Cats as they'll set up for the extra point once again. And just a bat and a half, if you will, for the Wampus Cats here in the opening half of this game.
Yeah, you know, Valiant's had a couple of big rushing plays that's led them to some scoring drives. You know, we're struggling with shutting down Kenny Golston Kenny Golston really having a tremendous night here in Valiant.
Salos is up and good. His fourth
28-0 is our score. Taking a look at the last play that set it all up. The big passing catch for Riker Prince, and Atoka trailing 28-0 here before halftime.
Brown's Funeral Service in Atoka, Colgate, Durant, and Medill are proud to be a part of the communities they serve. Since 1994, Brown's Funeral Service has proudly supported nonprofits, police and fire departments, local military members, and area schools. The staff at Brown's Funeral Service takes great pride in these endeavors because they realize it's more than being in business. It's about being a thread in the fabric of our community. Brown's Funeral Service, where service begins but never ends.
H&L Custom Processing is proud to support the Atoka Wampus Cats. A family-owned business by Gary and Charity Hensley, H&L offers custom processing of wild game as well as local livestock. H&L is USDA certified and makes it a goal to provide excellent service, cleanliness, and up-to-date processing services in their state-of-the-art facility. With immediate openings for beef and pork processing, H&L is here to help get your team ready for tailgating or backyard cookouts this season. Stop by and check out their facility in Colgate or call 580-258-0263 for more information.
Yeah, apparently we'll just keep talking during the break. That's not a big deal or anything. My bad. My bad, Caleb.
Yeah, we like to keep our viewers entertained.
3 minutes, 35 seconds left to go in the first half.
Stop talking. I'll never tell you. I'm just kidding. 28-0 at the current moment. 3:35 remaining. Atoka with the football and trying to score for the first time tonight as they trail big here in the first half. And it is going to be a sweep play out to Ezekiel Brooks, who will cut up for a couple of positive yards. And that will move the football forward, though. Time running off the clock, and time is of the essence at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. Every second counts right now if you're a Wampus Cat. Really needing to punch one into the end zone quickly.
Taking a look at that big play that set up the last drive for Valiant. And again, just a little bubble screen right there. Good blocking downfield, able to speed past the defense. And it looked like Atoka had a player fall down. That was Kaiser Mullins. And had Mullins been able to get him down, that might have changed the fate of that drive for Valiant. But unfortunately, 28-0 is our score with 2:37 remaining.
Handoff went there to number 35, Tristan Corbin.
28-0 right now. If I'm Atoka, I'm throwing the ball around on this drive.
5 here.
That's just me. I formation. Peyton Pugh looking to pass. Steps up. Caught. Past the first down marker.
How about that? L.J. Lefebvre coming up with a big first down catch.
He had that one catch there that was called back. But the second time that they've thrown to him tonight. And both times he's been thrown to, he's received a catch.
Yeah, he's on money tonight. As I stated before, even with Prince out this evening, so many weapons out there on the field.
Oh, a big shout out to my boy, the Polish god of thunder, Kalen Nagorski, tonight.
As always, a pleasure being on with you, Mike.
Their second time out of the half. They have one remaining. 2
We've
minutes,
had
11 seconds left on the clock.
A lot of years together, man. A lot of years. Not on the broadcast, but in life.
Well, I've thoroughly enjoyed the opportunity of getting to call these football games with you, and I hope our listeners have enjoyed as well.
Yeah, it's been okay, I guess.
Yeah, I haven't been that great.
No, I mean, you've been terrible, but that's okay. I mean, we bring you back each week for entertainment.
Yeah, I haven't been asked not to come back yet, but I mean, I'm sure that day is coming quickly.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. We'll find out. Can you drive home? That's the question. Might need some sleep on the way back. Got the morning show tomorrow morning. And I get to skip out on a little bit. I'm going to do Tradio instead tomorrow.
Oh, then I'm listening to the radio.
Southeastern Oklahoma State University on Saturday. Game starts at 2. That'll be an intriguing matchup there in this GAC conference. I formation here for the Wampus Cats. Maybe we'll get the running back in the shot. Deep down the field, caught by Wade McCall. You remember Wade had that big catch last week.
Yes, he did.
And
7, Wade McCall
gets another catch here.
Forced out of bounds by number 2, Aussie Trap.
Take a look at that one more time. Good pass there by Peyton Pugh, and cuts it up to about the 32-yard line for Wade McCall.
Man, you know, in my head, I'm so accustomed to Wade being on defense that I accidentally forget,
you almost forget that he's a tight end.
He's a pretty darn good offensive player, too.
Looking to pass once again. Defense in the backfield. Peyton Pugh is able to maneuver past a couple of tackles and picks up a couple of yards on the quarterback scramble.
Number 15, Peyton Pugh, drops back to pass. Can't find a man open. Tries to take that one with his feet.
So right now,
not quite a yard.
with the clock spinning with a minute 49 left until halftime, the Wampus Cats are at a 2nd and 10 situation here. Moving the ball. Offense clicking right along.
Shotgun. And we've got a stoppage.
Flag down at the snap.
On the play. And again, these are two teams that do not like each other.
No, they do not favor one another at all.
Valiant been chomping at the bit since the game started, rightfully so. And they've got a 28-0 lead against the Wampus Cats with 1:26 remaining in the first half. It's going to be an important drive here if Atoka can get points on the board prior to the half. It gives you a little bit to work with heading into that second half of play.
Yeah, there's no question that they can still reel this thing in.
Shotgun formation. One wide receiver set left and right, and the ball placed far side. Pressure coming. Peyton Pugh rolling out, trying to avoid the defense, still looking downfield. Now he tucks it and runs, gets back to the line of scrimmage, and is down for a 3rd and long situation for the Wampus Cats.
Number 15.
Well, I see that flag coming out, and I can almost guarantee you that they're going to call that against Valiant.
Flag down after the play.
I want to see where they're going to call the flag at, though, because
I don't agree with what they're going to call, because I saw it and it was clean.
Let's take a look.
They're gonna say that it was targeting on the defense, and I highly disagree. Nonetheless, it's great to pick up the penalty if you're a Wampus Cat fan.
Here's the scram. They might have got him for a horse collar, but let's see. Here's the play. There's 24. There's Golson. And are they saying it's targeting?
Yes, sir.
They did call targeting.
Yeah, happy if you're a Wampus Cat fan. I disagree, but my opinion means nothing.
I formation. Pugh rolling, looking downfield, fakes the defender, and throws towards the sidelines on the far side.
Number 15, Peyton Pugh.
Trying to get it towards the 10-yard line. You got to get the ball to the 9. It'll bring up 2nd down and 10 after the missed pass.
I believe that was number 2.
I think we're starting to see something open up with this passing game here, Michael, for the Wampus Cats. You know, we're seeing a lot of I formations, some pitch sweeps.
Look at this one more time. I don't know, man.
What's your opinion? I'm just curious.
I mean, he lowers his head down and his shoulder too, but I think you're going for the tackle on that. I don't know if I necessarily agree on it. Rolling out, shotgun, and throws towards the far sidelines, and it's out of bounds. It was intended.
Can't find an open man.
Towards the outside for L.J. LaFavors, I believe, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and 10.
3rd and 10 now. 49 seconds left in the first half.
There, he said it for me. 49 seconds in the first half.
we've stated that these two teams don't get along, but I will be the first one to say that everyone here has been extremely welcoming, very cordial.
There are enemies, Kalen. It's game time. Shotgun. And Valiant in the backfield, swarmed by number 54, King Golston. And who else was in the backfield? 21, or was that number 5? Number 5 was in the backfield, Cameron Jones.
3rd and long now.
Oh, no, they're always really great to us here. Even the broadcast group from Valiant, Patrick Nix, old buddy of mine from Southeastern Oklahoma State University back in my college days. He's the head coach for the Lady Bulldogs basketball team. A great person. Looking to go deep down the sidelines, and they're going to call that incomplete, out of the reach of the wide receiver's hands. That'll end the second quarter of play. It is halftime in Valiant. Valiant with a big lead, 28-0. And we've got more coming up, including our halftime show brought to you by Logan and Sons. Whether taking on large commercial landscapers or your own backyard, trust Logan & Sons with a full line of Stihl, Hustler, Exmark, and Spartan outdoor power equipment. Follow Logan & Sons on Facebook. Halftime here in Valiant. We've got more coming up. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
A community bank is far more than just a bank that offers the services such as online and mobile banking, mobile deposit, and loans that fit your needs. A community bank invests in the community it serves. Your phone call will be answered by local people you already know and will make you feel welcome by greeting you as you enter the lobby. At Shamrock Bank, we effectively combine convenient banking technology with people you know and trust. It really is the people that make the difference. At Shamrock Bank, you are more than a customer, and we are more than a bank. Shamrock Bank, member FDIC.
I got to Dr. Hookham because he was highly recommended. I had dentures ever since I've been 20 years old, so I've had them for 50 years. And out of the 50 years, I had to use all the dental cream and tooth goo, and it's terrible. They got the implants where they snap in and out, and I could not tell you how proud I am of them. And he is great. It's worth the trip to Atoka just to have him work on you.
Let Dr. Holcomb change your life forever. Visit atokadentist.com.
Genesis Abstract and Title is dedicated to doing things right while providing a positive customer experience. At Genesis Abstract, they use advanced technology such as fully automated records to expedite the process and avoid delays. Their friendly professionals are ready to serve you and will take care of every detail to make your buying and selling process an easy one. Genesis Abstract, open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 at 410 East Court Street in Atoka. Your source for quality abstracts, title insurance, and excellent closing solutions.
Logan & Sons in Atoka has the outdoor equipment from top brands to make your outdoor work or play a cinch. Stihl, Exmark, Hustler, Spartan, Intimidator UTVs, and Envy neighborhood vehicles are in stock and ready for you. Stop by today at 853 South Mississippi or call 580-889-3329. Logan & Sons, proudly supporting all our local athletes.
In a world full of possibilities and firsts, you need neighbors in your corner, experts who have your back, and a cheering section to keep you going. That's why we're here. For 100 years and counting, we've been the first bank of dreaming big and the first bank of what's next. At First Bank, we believe that anything's possible, and we're here to help you believe it too. First Bank, here for possibilities.
Brown's Funeral Service in Atoka, Colgate, Durant, and Medill are proud to be a part of the communities they serve. Since 1994, Brown's Funeral Service has proudly supported nonprofits, police and fire departments, local military members, and area schools. The staff at Brown's Funeral Service takes great pride in these endeavors because they realize it's more than being in business. It's about being a thread in the fabric of our community. Brown's Funeral Service, where service begins but never ends.
Chevy lets you begin every day fully charged, so you can go farther. And so can your money. Tow with confidence. Plus, stay connected with available OnStar technology. For summer adventures, Chevy's got you. Well-qualified buyers can get 1.9% financing on this 2024 Silverado. Or get $5,750 total cash allowance. That's 10% below MSRP. Chevrolet, the #1 selling truck brand in Texoma.
Welcome back here to Valiant, Oklahoma, as the Valiant Bulldog Marching Band is currently on the field for your halftime entertainment. Welcome back all our listeners on 102.1 KHKC and the Ion Sports Network, as we are currently at halftime here in Valiant, as the Bulldogs are up 28-0 over your Atoka Wampus Cats. So as we sit here at halftime, we've seen some pretty good football in this first half. We knew that coming into Valiant it was going to be a tough, physical football game to play, and thus far that has been true. Your Atoka Wampus Cats still doing a tremendous job, as not depicting what the score says, but nonetheless doing their very best to get back in this football game. One thing that we've seen here in the first half is, Valiant establishing their run game, with number 24, Kenny Galston, I believe, who has 4 touchdowns on the night. He's already well over 100 yards rushing. And I think if you're a Wampus Cat fan, that is going to be the key, is to shut down Mr. Galston. And, our offense hasn't been doing that bad. I think that our offense has been doing pretty darn good. We've had some positive yardage pickups. We've had Wade McCall out there on a reception, LJ Refavor out there on a reception, and thus far, I think we've seen some pretty positive things here in this football game. Regardless, as your score shows, 28-0. Michael, coming in here to the second half, what are some key things that you feel that the Wampus Cats could make some adjustments at halftime and get back in this football game?
We gave up 28 points in the first half. You didn't score anything. I mean, to be honest with you, tighten things up, line of scrimmage would be absolute key. Here's the thing. Outside of that first drive for the Wampus Cats that went 55 yards for a touchdown for Golston, he's got 3 touchdowns on the night. 4, actually. Let me rephrase that. 4.
Yeah.
None for over 5 yards.
No, they're using him in that ground and pound situation right there on those short yardage situations. We're seeing a lot of bubble screens coming out of Valiant's offense. I think Atoka's defense is doing a pretty darn good job with their coverages, their defensive play calling. I just really think that I seriously think it's just one key player that we're needing to shut down, and it's going to change this ball game quickly.
Well, you got to find a way to get some offensive production, and the thing is that I don't think it's completely Atoka's fault. I'm not just saying, oh, Mike, you're a homer. I really don't feel like Atoka's had the opportunity to get their offense going here in the first half. It's been kind of a slow start in regards to some of the play calling. How I feel you come out in the second half, now whether this is what the coaching staff does or not, come out a little bit quicker in the second half. You've got an opportunity to hit a couple of quick strikes, build some momentum early on. You're down 28-0. You got nothing to lose at this point. You're not going for the 15 points. You're going for the win at this point. So I feel like you've got to get things started off fast in the second half. We're going to get to that here in a few minutes. We will take a quick break for a halftime, and our score is 28-0. Valiant on top of the Wampus Cats, as the Wampus Cats are on the road.
Since 1971, Westside Family Dentistry has been committed to enhancing the natural beauty and function of your smile while improving your oral and overall health. Using state-of-the-art technology, our friendly staff will take care of all your needs, from routine care, crown and bridge, implants, and even orthodontics, including Invisalign. Westside Family Dentistry is the premier choice to create beautiful, healthy smiles for the whole family.
At D&H Tires, all they do is rims and tires. That means when you buy from D&H, you're getting the best deal from experts that know. Cars, trucks, SUVs, even ag equipment. If it needs rubber to roll, then you need D&H Tires. The best deals on tires and rims in Atoka and Cole County. So hurry into D&H Tires, 309 South Mississippi in Atoka, and follow D&H Tire on Facebook for their ever-changing specials. D&H Tires, tires for everyone's budget.
This is Eric Studeville, inviting you to buy the Studeville way.
Whether you're looking for open roads
or you like them built tough,
there is only one way to buy your vehicle.
And that's the Studeville way.
Studeville Chevrolet, 851 Westside Drive in Durant, and StudevilleChevrolet.com.
And Studeville Ford, 1601 South Mississippi in Atoka, and StudevilleFord.net.
The Studeville family of dealerships,
proudly serving you and your communities.
Brown's Funeral Service in Atoka, Colgate, Durant, and Medill are proud to be a part of the communities they serve. Since 1994, Brown's Funeral Service has proudly supported nonprofits, police and fire departments, local military members, and area schools. The staff at Brown's Funeral Service takes great pride in these endeavors because they realize it's more than being in business. It's about being a thread in the fabric of our community. Brown's Funeral Service, where service begins but never ends.
Welcome in. It's halftime in Valiant, Oklahoma, as the Wampus Cats trail 28-0 at the break. And it was a devastating first half offensively, defensively for the Wampus Cats. We'll get into all of that coming up here in just a few minutes. But your halftime show is brought to you by Logan & Sons, roaming the neighborhood of your back 40. Do it in an Intimidator, UTV, or an MV crossover. Test drive one today at Logan & Sons in Atoka. Kalen. First half. What do we have on stats right now? I know you kind of went over some stats before, but Golston had a very productive game. I believe, 4 touchdowns, none of them over 5 yards in the first half of play. You got to kind of try to find a way to keep Valiant out of the red zone, but stat-wise, what are we looking at?
Well, so far I've got on that first offensive possession for Valiant, Golston really being the key player there on that drive with 55 yards, 7 carries. And as we've already previously mentioned, the kids already scored 4 touchdowns in short yardage situations. So, going forward into the second half, if you can kind of wrangle this guy back in, come out in a quick type offense and score quickly and change that momentum, you're right back in this ball game.
Ground and pound. That's what Valiant was doing. They were doing it with success. They hit a couple of big passing plays with the bubble screen. But outside of that, it's been ground and pound for the majority of this game. I mean, you got to look back at that first drive in today's game. 55 yards. Golston was the only person to touch the football during that time, and he scored on 1 yard rushing touchdown. You got to find a way to slow him down. And again, that starts in the trenches. What can the defensive line do to hold him out? And on the opposite side, we're going to remain in the trenches. What can Atoka's offense produce down low, because their running game has really been non-existent for the most part in this game?
No, that we're having a difficult time establishing that run game, and you kind of noticed that towards the end of the second half where Coach Cup kind of switched up his offensive play calling and started dragging some passing plays out of his playbook. And I really thought that we were having a little bit of some success with it. Our receivers appeared to be finding those gaps there in the backfield behind the linebackers. Yeah. Maybe that's where we ought to shift our focus to, is our passing game. Just mix it up a little bit more.
Yeah, and it's going to be intriguing here in the second half, especially for me, because the mentality, you come off of a big loss against Valiant. You're now on the road. You're on the ropes in Valiant. What are these older guys on the team going to be telling the younger guys to make sure that everybody is ready to go in the second half, and you don't have that mentality of, well, we just got punched in the mouth, let's go ahead and just go home?
No, it's not a roll over and die situation. Look, we played the number 1 team last week. We got a taste to see what number 1 looks like. we've swallowed that. We've swept it underneath the rug. We're moving on. We're here in Valiant, and man, we've got a mountain to climb right now with 28-0. But as we previously just stated, I think if you go to maybe a hurry-up offense, you start throwing in some more passing plays. Hey, look, just because Prince is out doesn't mean that our offense is going to roll over. I mean, good Lord, we've got JD, we've got Malachi, we've got Ezekiel,
Brooks,
we've got Wade McCall.
Peyton can do things.
Peyton
in the running
can do
game.
his own thing. I mean, it's there. It's there.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. And to be honest with you, when I say that last comment, Coach Cup's going to have these guys, with the right mentality, the right mindset. The problem is will this team go out and execute in the second half? That is the question. Execution has not been there in the last couple of games, and now for 6 quarters of play. I mean, you look back, first drive for the Wampus Cats in that Valliant game, 3 points on the board, but since then it's been kind of non-existent in regards to putting points up. So they've got to figure out a way to get it done in the trenches and get that running game established, because that is how this offense moves.
Yeah, we see a lot of power I out of this offense. Maybe shift it back to a shotgun formation and spread them out wide.
Which a lot of teams do, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I've seen a lot of this year thus far.
I like to joke and call it the RPR. It's a read option run, essentially, because there's no pass usually that's involved with it, except Atoka has kind of utilized that a little bit in the passing game this season, which I found intriguing. Is just the points have not been coming the last couple of games. And listen, there's still time in this ball game. If Valiant can put up 28 points and a half, so can Atoka. You're not worried about that. And, of course, right now you don't care about the 15 points either. You just want to get the win, because when we look at the district right now, the district and the way that it lines up, Valiant on top of Atoka right now by points. 29-15. You get that head-to-head, you get the points, and you don't have to really worry about that moving forward with Antler, Spyro, and Henrietta coming up in the later portion of your schedule. But again, you've got to figure out a way to get it done here in the second half.
Yeah, we got to get our offense rolling, no doubt. I've seen Peyton rushed out of the pocket a little bit, and I know that Valiant's defensive line has got some size to them, but man, we do too. We got kids up there that can battle.
Plenty of talent on this team.
We got a ton of talent. We've got a ton of talent. And here's one positive thing I do want to say. I can see a clear difference, despite the score. I don't care anything about the score. I can see a clear difference on the defensive side of the ball with the physicality that we've brought tonight versus what we saw a week ago. So kudos to the boys out there on the field, because they're bringing it.
Got a slow start defensively there in the first quarter, where Valiant was able to score on the first 3 drives. And again, a lot of that had to do with the handoffs, the ground and pound game by Kenny Golston. Again, he's a Division I talent. They got him rated kind of as a 3-star, which is impressive. Some would say he's the best running back in the state. Do I think he's the best running back in the state? I can tell you this: he's got 4 touchdowns against us tonight. So. You can say what you will about the kid, but he's definitely put in the work.
Yeah, he's got talent. He has talent. He's a very good athlete. Do I think he's the best running back in the state?
Vian's running back was pretty good.
Vian's
running back.
I kind of like that running back from Vian.
But did he put up four rushing touchdowns in the first half against us?
But
no,
when you look at the statistics of what's been done here tonight, I mean, there is a bold argument to be made.
I'm telling you, he's a great athlete. You got to find a way to wrangle him up in the second half. Looking at some of our scores going around district 2A. 2A2 football. Spyro right now on top of Morris in the third quarter, 21-0.
How about that Henrietta Vian game?
Henrietta Vian game. Let's take a look at that as Vian. You really want to know that score?
I do.
23-6 at halftime. Vian on top.
Okay. Yep. All right.
The Colgate game going on between Davis on top of Colgate, 28-12 at the half. You've got Alva Luther. That was the big game coming in this week. 12-6 in that game, with Alva being on top at home at the break. currently. Kansas on top of Commerce, 42-6. Colcord, the other one against Adair, 13-0 as Colcord is the number 6 team. They're undefeated on the year. Both of those teams undefeated, and Colcord on top on the road at 13-0 in the second quarter right now, as updated from Squirtle. Hennessy, Kellyville. Hennessy is on top of Kellyville, 34-0. Some of the other more important games, Antlers, Wilburton. Antlers on top of Wilburton, 14-6 at the half as we speak.
I'll tell you one thing that I was surprised by was the Davis-Colgate game. I actually saw that one going the other way, but hey, it's not over yet.
Davis is a really good football team.
Davis is a really good football team, but Colgate's not that bad either.
Can you imagine their Hall of Fame coach retires? They spend 3 years playing mediocre football, and they're back on top.
Dude, I had the pleasure of playing the Sulphur Davis teams back in the day.
Would you call that a pleasure, though? Because those were
no,
big
it
guys,
was actually
man.
a really big beatdown is how I would describe it. It was those guys, they play a different level of football over there, and Michael and me laugh about it, but when you've had the opportunity to play against athletes like that come out of those schools, it's really just a different atmosphere. It's kind of hard to describe.
Your halftime show is brought to you by Logan & Sons. Whether taking on large commercial landscapers or your own backyard, trust Logan & Sons with a full line of Steel, Hustler, Exmark, and Spartan outdoor power equipment. Follow Logan & Sons on Facebook. We'll take a break. When we come back, it's game time in Valiant, 28-0 here at the half. Valiant on top.
The RX shop is now under new ownership. Jason and Sedana Lanig and their 2 daughters are longtime residents of Caney and are looking forward to continuing the same great service for you and your...
Durant and Medill are proud to be a part of the communities they serve. Since 1994, Brown's Funeral Service has proudly supported nonprofits, police and fire departments, local military members, and area schools. The staff at Brown's Funeral Service takes great pride in these endeavors because they realize it's more than being in business. It's about being a thread in the fabric of our community. Brown's Funeral Service, where service begins but never ends.
Ritter Express Pharmacy in Atoka has been serving as your local hometown team. Since 1972, the Ritter family has been dedicated to your health and well-being. Now with the 3rd generations in pharmacy school and medical school, they are continuing to strive to bring the latest in healthcare innovation to our community. They understand life is busy and have 2 convenient drive-through windows and are well known for their fast and friendly service. Ritter Express Pharmacy is very appreciative of the support of the community over the last 50 years and will continue to work hard and evolve to earn your business. If you need free delivery, a vaccination, a wheelchair, a brace, specialty compounding, a unique request, or just good medical advice you can trust from people that care and are invested in the community, then Ritter Express Pharmacy has you covered. Choose Ritter Express Pharmacy. Experience the personalized care you deserve. Ritter Express Pharmacy is your trusted partner in health.
Welcome back into Valiant as we are live for the halftime show brought to you by Logan & Sons. And again, if you're looking for an... Let me rephrase this. Logan & Sons, if you're roaming the neighborhood or the back 40 doing an Intimidator UTV or an Indy crossover, test drive one today at Logan & Sons in Atoka. Maybe the worst live read I've ever done in my professional career. Kalen, 28-0 right now. Atoka needing a big second half. How do they do it?
Well, once you punch that first one in and you kind of change the momentum of this game, I mean, you could pick up a fumble and run that one. There's so many opportunities that are still here to be capitalized on. So lots of football left to play, lots of opportunity. We're going to see some adjustments that were made on halftime. We're going to get back down to business.
Atoka kicked the ball to start the first half, to start the game.
Correct.
Valiant will kick the football off to Atoka to start the second half.
Yeah, I mean, you've got Malachi's back there, Ezekiel's back there,
Brooks
Jim's back there.
And it's a low kick, caught at the 21-yard line, caught by Ezekiel Brooks, who cuts up to about the 36. So good field position to get the second half started off. Again, your video presentation tonight, if you're watching the game live from YouTube, Wampus Cats Atoka is brought to you by Ameristate Bank. On the go and informed, that's banking with Ameristate Bank's mobile app, ASB Everywhere. Download for free on your iPhone or Android device. So a first down and 10 here with the ball spotted at the 36-yard line. 37-yard line, let me correct myself. In an I formation with the ball placed far side of the field. Going to hand this one off to Ezekiel Brooks, who cuts past one tackle and barrels his way down for about a 6-yard gain. Maybe call it 7, depending on the spot.
And
it'll bring up
number 10,
a second down opportunity here for the Wampus Cats with short yardage.
Yep, choosing to keep it in the field of play, letting the clock run. But, hey, 6 yards right off the bat. You keep on pounding, you're going to find yourself in the end zone.
Wampus Cats need a big drive here to start this second quarter and get a fast start. I formation once again. And I think Atoka may have started a little bit early. They didn't throw a flag, and Atoka is able to push their way up past the first down markers into Valiant territory at about the 46-yard line.
Yeah, number 24, J.D. Bland carrying the football for the Wampus Cats there. Solid run up the middle.
First down and 10 with 10:43 remaining on the clock here to start the third quarter. Matter of fact, I need to change that quarter on the scoreboard. They're going to hand off far side of the field up towards the painted numbers of the 40
and out
of bounds.
10, Ezekiel Brooks picked up about 5.
Listen, I'm a big fan of Coach Cook and this coaching staff.
Yeah, they can grill pretty good.
You know, they usually have Atoka prepared to come out in the second half of most ball games. Hand off again, and J.D. Bland will barrel his way towards the first down marker. It's pretty close to a first down. I don't know if they gave it to him or not. It may be about a yard short.
It's just a little short at the moment.
And the thing you have to be cautious and aware of in the second half is the amount of time that Valiant can hold on to the football.
Yeah, if you're Atoka, there has to be a little bit of a sense of urgency here. You really need to try and strike quickly.
I formation again into J.D. Bland, who hits the B gap, gets up past.
And up went there to number 24, J.D. Bland.
The first tackle.
Pick up the first down.
And they get the first down to move the chains. And again, we talked about the need, the urgency at the line of scrimmage. You know, who can win the battle up front? In the first half, it was Valiant. This half, Atoka coming out and showing that they are capable of winning that battle up front.
You betcha.
A couple of first downs. And set up with 8:30 remaining here in the third. Line shifts, and we got offsides by the Wampus Cats. It looks like the defensive lineman, Dylan Clark.
Flag down before the play there.
I'm sorry, not Dylan Clark. It's is that 62 actually? Was that Chris Finley?
Yes, sir.
Forgive me, I
just a little early on that one.
Having a difficult time seeing who that was. I believe Clark is out. I formation, ball placed far side of the field. First down and 15. Look at the pass. Going deep down the field, and Malachi Brooks, it was in his area, couldn't find the football at all. He threw his hands up.
Drops back to pass.
Couldn't find it. It was right in front of him.
Receiver number 19, Malachi Brooks.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he lost in the lights or maybe he kind of got aggravated because he felt that he was being held just a little bit. I didn't see much contact there, but
it was a good pass by Peyton Pugh, I felt. And
it was a good ball.
Malachi Brooks could find that football. That's a touchdown for the Wampus Cats.
You bet you.
And that was your shot right there. Let's see if Atoka tries to take another shot here with a 2nd down and 15. Man in motion. They get it out to Ezekiel Brooks, who was lined up in the slot position, and they tag him back to the backfield for a loss on the play.
Pitch went there to number 10, Ezekiel Brooks. He is brought down by, I believe that was number 33. It's going to be Gavin Chavez.
3rd down and long. It's an obvious passing play for the Wampus Cats.
Atoka coming out of the half here and looking fairly aggressive on offense.
Third down and 17. Pressure. The ball is out. Was it a forward pass? I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah,
the referees.
Peyton Pugh drops back to pass.
Yep, they did. They called it a
They're
pass.
Roll that one, an incomplete pass. So it's going to bring up 4th down and 15.
It'll actually be 4th down and 17? 7:06 remaining. 3rd quarter of play. Yeah, 3rd down and 17.
So in a 4th and long situation here for the Wampus Cats, they're going to go with the shotgun formation. Ball set on the far side hash as Peyton Pugh drops back to pass. And he is hurried out of the pocket and tackled.
Nowhere to go on that 4th down.
Turning the ball over to the Valiant Bulldogs.
Going to be a turnover on down.
Man, just
Bulldogs
unfortunate.
1st down and 10 now. Ball going to be spotted on
This
their
Valiant
own 40.
defense has come out and really put a stamp on this football game so far.
I mean, they've been pretty resilient.
You know, you talk about how talented the offense is. You are missing some key pieces tonight, but you still feel like you've got the talent to play with Valiant. It's just not gone that way so far for the Wampus Cats. 7:01 remaining. It's a shotgun formation for Valiant. 2 wide receivers set off to the near side. Man in motion. And it's a jet sweep. Cuts up to the painted numbers of the 40, close to the 45.
Pitch there to number 9, Trey Brown.
Trey Brown on the pitch. The senior standing at 5'10", 155 pounds. Plays.
Trey's quick.
Yeah, very quick. Plays wide receiver, defensive back for Valiant. Shotgun ball placed near side. Looking to pass and throws this one intended for number 4, Ty Whitby. Good defensive coverage right there. As breaking that one by Kaiser Mullins. No, Austin Jackson, a guy they were excited to get back, still hobbling around a little bit.
Yeah, glad to see Austin back.
He'll be lined up on the far side of the field. Man in motion, and they're looking to sweep this one out again. Breaks one tackle, caught up at the 45, and out of bounds, close to the painted numbers of the 50, and that was number 2
on the left side, going to be awful close to a first
for
down.
Valiant on the run. Aussie trap.
4th down and inches.
Wade McCall is tracking him down.
You don't see a lot of teams running a whole lot up the middle, and a lot of that to do with Wade McCall and his ability to stop the run. One of the better, or at least middle linebackers, or just linebackers in general.
He plays that linebacker spot really well, really well. Good physical football player.
Speaking of which, he's the one that initiated the initial contact on the last play. He and Case Shores were involved on that one. Shotgun again, 5:43 remaining in the third. It's a passing play, caught at the 40-yard line, cuts upfield to the 30 and down at about the 26. And a big passing catch for Doris.
Connects with his target, number 2, Aussie Trap.
That was Trap once again. And they're going to hurry up on the offensive side. A little bit of a miscommunication right here.
First down and 10.
Ooh, is that 12 players on the field? No, it is not. Man in motion, pitch. Doris keeps, picks up positive yardage, cuts back to the left side of the field, gets a block down to the 5, and is pushed down of bounds near the goal line, somewhere around the 3-yard line. And that is a big run by the quarterback on the quarterback keeper, and sets up inside the red zone again for Valiant on their 5th time tonight.
5, even ball going to be spotted on what looks like the 4.
Valiant going into a hurry-up offense here. Stopped hard.
That was capped by quarterback number 13.
By number 7, Wade McCall.
Maybe a slight gain on the play. 2nd down and goal.
Keeping them short of the end zone here.
Valiant trying to go up 35-0 with a score. Shotgun, handoff. That's Golson, hits the outside to the 5. No one to touch him, and that's a touchdown. His 5th of the game. Kenny Golston. Man, 5 touchdowns in one game. Kenny Golston hasn't had a score for more than 5 yards all night. He's got 5 touchdowns on the day.
Yeah, he's having a tremendous night.
And again, all of those touches and touchdowns coming from less than 5 yards, as that was a 4-yard run that time. And the kick is up. The kick is good. 35-0. The Wampus Cats trailing big on the road in Valiant.
H&L Custom Processing is proud to support the Atoka Wampus Cats. A family-owned business by Gary and Charity Hensley, H&L offers custom processing of wild game as well as local livestock. H&L is USDA certified and makes it a goal to provide excellent service, cleanliness, and up-to-date processing services in their state-of-the-art facility. With immediate openings for beef and pork processing, H&L is here to help get your team ready for tailgating or backyard cookouts this season. Stop by and check out their facility in Colgate or call 580-258-0263 for more information.
Ameris State Bank has been serving southeastern Oklahoma and North Texas for over 100 years. All of our products and services are available both online and in person, serving you in a friendly and professional atmosphere. At Ameris State Bank, you're more than a customer, you're a neighbor and a friend. From checking accounts to real estate loans, we've got you covered. We have 5 locations to serve you in Atoka, Antlers, Hugo, Tishomingo, and Sherman, Texas. Call, come by, or visit our website today at ameristatebank.com. Ameris State Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
On the return, Malachi Brooks cuts it up to about the 30-yard line, and that's where the Wampus Cats will set up their offensive possession, still trying to put up their first score of the night as they trail 35-0 with 3:58 remaining in the third quarter of action. We are live in Valiant, and the Wampus Cats with the football with a 1st and 10. I formation by the Cats. J.D. Bland in the backfield alongside Ezekiel Brooks, and he's met in the backfield and brought down for a loss on the play, and that will set up 2nd down and long for the Wampus Cats.
Yeah, following up on what Mike said, he was stopped by number 5, Cameron Jones, and number 25, Levi Cranford with the Valiant Bulldogs. Atoka struggling to
second down and about 12 coming up.
Establish some of their blocks up front against this Bulldog defense.
High formation again. Looking to go deep. Down the field's got a man. And it's just a little overthrown for the intended target, Kaiser Mullins.
Back to pass, looking for his target, number 9. Kaiser Mullins.
Going to bring up 3rd down and 12 here.
Coverage for the Bulldogs
for the Wampus Cats. Just a bit overthrown, too.
Solid deep ball, just a little too deep.
There's the throw once again. Had a man open as Mullins beat the DB. And now they're going to sweep it here on 3rd down and 12. Out to Ezekiel Brooks, met at the 29-yard line.
To number 10,
really
Ezekiel
nothing
Brooks, tackled by a pack of Bulldogs
on that play at all, and it's 4th down and forever.
Yeah, the Wampus Cats going to elect a punt here, as one would assume in this situation. Man, you know, Ezekiel really putting in a solid game tonight. Picking up a lot of rushing yards for the Wampus Cats as they continue to get their offense rolling here.
Punt, snap is low. The kick is up. It is a high punt. And it is bobbled on the ground. Does the Wampus Cats come up with it? I don't know. One more time. There's the ball. I don't know if he got it.
Buff's punt, but was recovered by number 27. That's Ryder Evans.
Ryder Evans.
Yeah, they beat us to it.
And just more fortune for Valiant here in the second half.
Bulldogs will take over 1st down and 10 now from the 50.
Well, you know, as a Wampus Cat, it's those little things like that that you could almost wish that we could capitalize on in these moments to shift the momentum back in our way.
Should be able to. Right now it's 35-0 in a 1st down and 10. Run up the middle, cuts past one. There's Golston. He's to the 20, and he's brought down at the 15-yard line. Big run that time. Kenny Golston just hits the second level into the 3rd level with just ease. And again, battle in the trenches, going towards the favor of Valiant. Shotgun. In around here, and then, man, what a hit that time. Zach Jim, we've seen him make a couple of big hits.
My goodness.
Hopefully that's enough to swing a little momentum. Here's a look at that hit one more time. Look at that stick. Wow.
There's a wake-up call for you.
Just absolutely levels. And that hit will end the 3rd quarter of play, 35-0. We've got more coming up here for the 4th quarter of action. It's the Ion Sports Network on KHKC 102.1 FM.
Family Health Center of Southern Oklahoma has some exciting news. Opening this fall, the new location at 457 South Mississippi Avenue in Atoka will open. This large, modern health center will be able to provide comprehensive health care complete with an in-house discount pharmacy, serving all patients, regardless of their ability to pay. Same-day appointments available, accepting insured and non-insured patients alike. Open Monday through Thursday from 7:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Fridays 7:30 to 11:30 a.m. For more information, visit the current location at 1556 South Virginia Avenue. Family Health Center of Southern Oklahoma. The right team making a difference.
45% of people put off buying life insurance according to industry research. Insuring yourself and your family can help you be more prepared in the event of an illness or a tragic accident. Call your local farmer's agent, Lucinda Holland, and discover coverage options you can tailor to your priorities and budget. To learn more about your coverage options, call Lucinda Holland at 580-889-3745.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Life insurance issued by Farmers New World Life Insurance Company, Bellevue, Washington. Industry research conducted by Lima, and Life Happens in 2021.
Welcome back to the Ion Sports Network on KHKC 102.1 FM. This game being live streamed from YouTube. Wampus Cats, Atoka. Valiant's got the football. Excellent field position to start off the fourth quarter of play. Handoff, big run, and in for the score.
Handoff to number 24.
It's got to be a record.
Touchdown of the night.
It's his 6th touchdown of the night. Kenny Golston just having a phenomenal game so far.
Yeah, the kid's just having a bang-up night. I may have to go do some hunting on the internet to see what kind of stats.
I can find that out here in just a few minutes.
What kind of stats that is for a high school player. Did you say 6, Mike?
That's his 6th.
My goodness.
Touchdown of the game. 42-0. Let's take another break. KHKC 102.1 FM. 42-0. Valiant rolling.
At D&H Tires, all they do is rims and tires. That means when you buy from D&H, you're getting the best deal from experts that know. Cars, trucks, SUVs, even ag equipment. If it needs rubber to roll, then you need D&H Tires. The best deals on tires and rims in Atoka and Cole County. So hurry into D&H Tires, 309 South Mississippi in Atoka, and follow D&H Tire on Facebook for their ever-changing specials. D&H Tires, tires for everyone's budget.
A community bank is far more than just a bank that offers the services such as online and mobile banking, mobile deposit, and loans that fit your needs. A community bank invests in the community it serves. Your phone call will be answered by local people you already know and will make you feel welcome by greeting you as you enter the lobby. At Shamrock Bank, we effectively combine convenient banking technology with people you know and trust. It really is the people that make the difference. At Shamrock Bank, you are more than a customer, and we are more than a bank. Shamrock Bank, member FDIC.
Welcome back to Valiant. 11:40 remaining in the fourth quarter of play. Valiant on top, 42-0. And
by number 80, Landon McCutcheon.
I believe the word is 6. 6 is the record. So if that is the case, which that is not 100% guaranteed, we're going to look that up one more time. But 6 would be the record to beat.
Ball spotted on the 35.
And so if Kenny Golston scores one more touchdown, he will hold the school record for 7 in a game. Pretty impressive.
One heck of a night for that young man.
That's a pretty impressive record nonetheless. 2 scores in a game. Now you get 6. And it is intercepted as Peyton Pugh throws this one right into the hands of Ozzie Trapp, the defensive back for the Valiant Bulldogs, and a turnover for the Wampus Cats.
Interception across midfield.
And Valiant will have the football back here with 10:37 remaining in the game.
Ball's going to be spotted on the 44. Valiant Bulldogs, 1st and 10.
Yeah, Peyton Pugh rushed out of the pocket, was searching downfield to find his receiver, and unfortunately throwing that interception. Just something you'd hate to see here in the fourth quarter. Trailing 42-0. So the Valiant Bulldogs will take off at the 45-yard line, hand it off number 24, Kenny Golston. Golston picking up roughly 6 yards on the carry.
Picks up 6 on the play, 2nd and 4 now.
Yeah, not that anybody knows or cares, but when you talk about records, national single game touchdown records, the number 1 is Everett Horner from Montana, 1924.
Oh, my goodness.
But if you want to go just as far back, the number 2 all-time is 12 touchdowns in a game from Leroy Matthews
Hand off again to number
of
24,
Roth,
Kenny Golston
Oklahoma.
picks up the first down.
Believe it or not, the second highest touchdown total
Hey, just
is
a little
owned by a Roth, Oklahoman.
Just a little fun fact here, looking at this stat sheet.
Ball now spotted on the 32.
Says 12 touchdowns. John Cook, Beatrice, Nebraska. Well, yours truly was born in Beatrice, Nebraska. Fun fact for our listeners this evening.
Oh, look at that. Shotgun formation, first down and 10. Valiant with the football and the lead. Stiff arm by Golston. He's taken off to the 10, to the 5, and another touchdown for Golston. And it looks like Golston breaks the Valiant all-time rushing touchdown record with 7 against yours truly, the Atoka Wampus Cats.
Yeah, just something really to witness, to be honest. I've never seen anything like it.
I've never.
Pretty darn impressive.
I've seen some great running backs over at, Valiant, of course. You got to think back to some of the great running backs we've played against. Eufaula, Davis. Extra point is up and good.
Gustavo Santos, extra point is up and
right
good.
now,
7th of the night.
Valiant is putting a spanking on Atoka, 49-0, and all of those points coming from the legs of Kenny Golston. We'll come back. We've got 7:19 remaining in the game. We'll be back here on the Ion Sports Network. 49-0 is our score.
Amir State Bank has been serving southeastern Oklahoma and North Texas for over 100 years. All of our products and services are available both online and in person, serving you in a friendly and professional atmosphere. At Amir State Bank, you're more than a customer. You're a neighbor and a friend. From checking accounts to real estate loans, we've got you covered. We have 5 locations to serve you in Atoka, Antlers, Hugo, Tishomingo, and Sherman, Texas. Call, come by, or visit our website today at ameristatebank.com. Amir State Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
From the very first moment I walked in the door, I was greeted with smiles, friendly faces, and when we walked back into the atmosphere in the dental area, everybody was very accomplished, experienced, happy with their work. I'm very happy with their work. They took extremely good care of me. Custom Dental is the place to go.
Welcome back to Valiant. Thursday night football on KHKC 102.1 FM. Atoka's got the football, trailing 49-0 with 6 minutes remaining.
As Atoka hands it off to number 10, Ezekiel Brooks on the carry. Man, Ezekiel just being a true workhorse tonight for the Atoka Wampus Cats. He has taken several kickoff returns. He's had several rushing yards. The kid is playing his heart out here in Valiant tonight. Always want to give a shout out to all our viewers and listeners out there that are viewing on YouTube and listening from 102.1 KHKC. We appreciate you tuning in and listening into the game. As Atoka comes back up to the line, it's a toss sweep to yet again number 10, Ezekiel Brooks, as he picks up big yardage and ends up fumbling the football, turning it over to the Valiant Bulldogs. Unfortunate circumstances.
Atoka has had the number on Valiant in Coach Cupp's tenure. They won in 2019 by a score of 28-0. They won 35-6 in 2021. The Valiant right now, they are just steamrolling the Wampus Cats at home. You know, prior to that, 5 straight wins for Valiant from 2006 and 2018. Most of these games have been close, but it is the biggest victory so far, the biggest victory in Valiant's history against the Wampus Cats. Their biggest total coming in 2007 by a score of 48-0.
Yeah, not something you want to see as a Wampus Cat fan, to say the least. Not what we were expecting here tonight, but as always, we're proud of the boys for putting in the effort and fighting out there on the football field tonight. I know that they practice extremely hard. They put in the time and all the work to prepare for these football games, and sometimes they don't go the way you want them to.
No, they do not. Speaking of which, you got Spyro next week. You know, Spyro, over the last 60 years, we've only played Spyro twice. But Spyro has gotten the upper hand on the Wampus Cats each time. Once
2nd and 12.
In 2010 by a score of 69-49. Those were the LT Pop days. And then they beat Atoka 23-7 back in 2011. So that's the last time Atoka played Spyro. I think you're going to go ahead and start looking forward to that game, because this one is pretty much over. 49-0 with 3:45 remaining in the game. Valiant's got the football. We'll have our post-game coverage coming up here pretty quick.
Number 15, Jesse Johnson.
In Valiant, as your post-game show brought to you by Farmers Agent Lucinda Holland. If you're looking for an insurance agent who can help you understand your options, call Lucinda Holland at 580-889-3347. Shotgun formation here for Valiant as they've checked in their second team. 2 wide receivers set off to the right, 1 to the left. And a handoff. The Wampus Cats meeting number 15 into the backfield, Jesse Johnson. As Johnson picks up a couple of positive yardage.
After that play.
That's going to bring the Bulldogs to a 4th and 7 situation.
Again, shotgun here for Valiant. And it's a quarterback keeper. Rolls out to the 40, passes one tackle, and then squeezes his way out of bounds.
That one kept by quarterback
at the
number
painted
4,
numbers. Yeah, I think he got out somewhere around the, what was that, the 38-yard line?
38, yep.
Picks up enough for the first down.
Again, big shout out to Valiant Public Schools and their staff here taking care of us in the box. Always a pleasure. You know, you doing this for as long as I have now, you make a lot of friends in other towns. I've been fortunate to make a lot of friends at different schools and locations.
No gain on the play.
I haven't met any enemies yet, which is a good thing.
Well, there was this one time, but I mean, that's really irrelevant.
Yeah, but it's over with. There's only one school I ever had problems with.
Well,
and he and I, the person we had problems with, I'm not going to throw any names out there, but we are friends now.
Yeah, it's all irrelevant. It is kind of funny, though.
You were actually there with me that day.
I was there. Oh, my goodness. Who was that?
Number 35 for the Wampus Cats.
Man, get you some of that.
Lost about a yard.
That's the physicality that we like to see right there.
Tristan Coben.
Tristan Coben, my goodness.
Reminds me, Dad could put the hit stick on a few people like that.
Woo. That'll wake you up. Or put you to sleep, one of the two.
.22 seconds remaining. Handoff. Stuck behind the line of scrimmage.
Handoff again.
And that'll do it for tonight's game. Again, your post-game show brought to you by Farmers Agent Lucinda Holland. We've got more coming up. We'll get into our post-game coverage coming up right now on KHKC 102.1 FM, the Ion Sports Network. Thanks for watching on YouTube. We'll be back in just a minute.
If there's any trash near you, if you don't mind picking that up and throwing it in one of the trash bins on your way out. I'd like to thank Atoka for coming
I say
out
that. We
tonight.
lost
Safe
camera.
travels back home, and we'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
A community bank is far more than just a bank that offers the services such as online and mobile banking, mobile deposit, and loans that fit your needs. A community bank invests in the community it serves. Your phone call will be answered by local people you already know and will make you feel welcome by greeting you as you enter the lobby. At Shamrock Bank, we effectively combine convenient banking technology with people you know and trust. It really is the people that make the difference. At Shamrock Bank, you are more than a customer, and we are more than a bank. Shamrock Bank, member FDIC.
I come to Dr. Hookham because he was highly recommended. I had dentures ever since I've been 20 years old, so I've had them for 50 years. And out of the 50 years, I had to use all the dental cream and tooth goo, and it's terrible. They got the implants where they snap in and out, and I cannot tell you how proud I am of them. And he is great. It's worth the trip to Atoka just to have him work on you.
Let Dr. Holcomb change your life forever. Visit atokadentist.com.
Welcome back into Valiant, Oklahoma, where we have just concluded this ball game here with your score, Valiant 49-0. Well,
Yeah.
Michael,
Tough game. Tough game.
just not what we expected this evening, but, sometimes that's just the way the cookie crumbles.
Your post-game show is brought to you by Farmers Agent Lucinda Holland.
Logan & Sons in Atoka has the outdoor equipment from top brands to make your outdoor work or play a cinch. Still, Exmark, Hustler, Spartan, Intimidator UTVs, and Envy neighborhood vehicles are in stock and ready for you. Stop by today at 853 South Mississippi or call 580-889-3329. Logan & Sons proudly supporting all our local athletes.
In a world full of possibilities and firsts, you need neighbors in your corner, experts who have your back, and a cheering section to keep you going. That's why we're here. For 100 years and counting, we've been the first bank of dreaming big, and the first bank of what's next. At First Bank, we believe that anything's possible, and we're here to help you believe it too. First Bank, here for possibilities.
Okay, maybe we got this fixed real quick. I don't know what's going on with the PC, but it's just acting funky on us. KHKC 102.1 FM. We are in the post-game show brought to you by Lucinda Holland and Farmers Agent. Lucinda Holland is serving our community. She's always just a phone call away at 580-889-3347. And what would you call kind of a rivalry game between two teams in district play as Valiant crushes the Wampus Cats on the road, their biggest defeat of the year by a score of 49-0, a point more than last week. And now 2 straight weeks where the offense has not been able to produce points on the board. But again, Valiant came out, played a great game, and get the win tonight by a big victory.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a ball game that was a little bit one-sided, but like I said, that doesn't denote all of the effort and the preparation that was put in by the Wampus Cats. Valiant, they've got a guy that is just pretty darn talented.
7 touchdowns.
He's just pretty darn talented. I mean, you've got to give credit where credit's due. I'm sorry, you do.
Kenny Golston, be looking for him in basketball this year too. He is an outstanding basketball player. Put up 7 rushing touchdowns today. Finally got past the 5 yards that we talked about there in the majority of the game. His first 6 were for less than 5 yards a carry, and then his last one going for a big chunk for his 7th touchdown of the night. He scored all of the touchdowns for the Valiant Bulldogs, and they go on and win big. And I'm telling you, when you have a rushing attack that scores 7 touchdowns, I mean, it's kind of hard to beat a team that's capable of doing that. Valiant wins the battle in the trenches tonight in Atoka. They fall to 2-2 in district play. They'll drop down towards the bottom of the district, but they've got a chance to make those games up with a few more games left on their schedule. Let's skip over real quick and look at some of our scores around 2A2 as Davis right now heading into the fourth quarter, 49-18 over Colgate. A big
picked up, didn't it?
Kicking right there for the Colgate Wildcats. Of course, Vian and Henrietta, the one that we were looking at the most, 36-14 at the end of 3 for Vian. So Vian on top, 36-14. Some of the other games going on that were notable in our district was Antlers and Wilburton, as Antlers is on top of Wilburton, 28-18. Wilburton still looking for their first win of the year. And then, of course, Spiro at Morris. Spiro 1-5 on the year, Morris 0-6, and Spiro on top in the fourth quarter, 40-0.
Just another thing I wasn't expecting, man. It was just a complete night of the unexpected. How about that?
Another close one. Adair and Colcord are in a tight battle, locked 20. Well, I say locked, but it's 20-19. Adair is on top of Colcord.
That's a battle right there.
Yep. Player of the game, which is brought to you by, or star of the game, brought to you by Ameristate Bank, which, by the way, Ameristate Bank, also our sponsor of the video presentation. They're on the go and informed. That is banking with Ameristate Bank's mobile app, ASB Everywhere. Download for free or on your iPhone or Android device. I don't know if I want to give this award just yet. We might want to talk about it for a minute. But Atoka, a long way to go. Next week, you got a long travel, road game against a team that's going to be coming off of a victory. How do you think Atoka feels going into that game?
I still think that they're going to be ready and to be playing some solid football. I mean, I don't think that 2 losses is anything to hang your head about. There were several things that were positive here, and one thing that I saw was the physicality on the defense. I don't care what the scoreboard said. I could care less what the scoreboard said. And I'm proud of the boys for the way that they played on defense, because I really felt that their tackling improved, their physicality improved. So, hey, that's thumbs up right there for me.
49-0.
I hear you.
Is the final.
I hear you.
You got to be better.
Room for improvement, no doubt.
Got to be better. And I'm sure Coach Cup will have the conversation with them. And again, hey, listen, I'm Atoka through and through. Love all these guys, no matter what the final score says. The one thing I will say that Coach Cup and this staff does, even after a loss, is teach these guys how to conduct themselves. And I think he'll continue to do that even after this loss here tonight. So Valiant goes on to win 49-0. We'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll announce our star of the game here on KHKC 102.1 FM and the Ion Sports Network.
Ameristate Bank has been serving southeastern Oklahoma and North Texas for over 100 years. All of our products and services are available both online and in person, serving you in a friendly and professional atmosphere. At Ameristate Bank, you're more than a customer. You're a neighbor and a friend. From checking accounts to real estate loans, we've got you covered. We have 5 locations to serve you in Atoka, Antlers, Hugo, Tishomingo, and Sherman, Texas. Call, come by, or visit our website today at AmeristateBank.com. Ameristate Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
When it rains, it pours, so it's important for you to get the coverage that meets your needs. Farmers Insurance agent Lucinda Holland can help you understand your options so you can prepare for what the forecast brings. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two. Learn more by calling Agent Lucinda Holland at 580-889-3744 to find out how she can help you protect the things that matter most to you. That's Lucinda Holland.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
This is Eric Studeville inviting you to buy the Studeville way.
Whether you're looking for open roads
Or you like them built tough.
there is only one way to buy your vehicle.
And that's the Studeville way.
Studeville Chevrolet, 851 Westside Drive in Durant, and StudevilleChevrolet.com.
And Studeville Ford, 1601 South Mississippi in Atoka. And StudevilleFord.net.
The Studeville family of dealerships,
Proudly serving you and your communities.
Since 1971, Westside Family Dentistry has been committed to enhancing the natural beauty and function of your smile while improving your oral and overall health. Using state-of-the-art technology, our friendly staff will take care of all your needs, from routine care, crown and bridge, implants, and even orthodontics, including Invisalign. Westside Family Dentistry is the premier choice to create beautiful, healthy smiles for the whole family.
Our final in Valiant, 49-0. Atoka loses tonight. There were some positives that we saw here tonight, and that brings us to our star of the game, brought to you by Ameristate Bank. On the go and informed, that's banking with Ameristate Bank's mobile app, ASB Everywhere. Download for free or on your iPhone or Android device. Listen, you could talk about maybe, two guys there in the trenches, but if I had to think, you kind of made the mention of Ezekiel Brooks because he was a workhorse tonight. He did everything that you asked him to do, even though there were no touchdowns involved in any of his playmaking ability. He returned a lot of kicks tonight. He rushed the ball, I felt, well, considering the outcome. And then there was another guy who stood out to me on the defensive side of the field in Wade McCall. I felt like he made a lot of plays when needed to be made on the defensive side. But Kalen, I'm going to let you make this pick tonight. I'm having a hard time picking between the two, so you go ahead.
Boy, I really don't like being put on the spot. So here's what I'm going to say about this. No one likes losing 49-0, but it happened. Okay, mistakes were made. But in saying that, there were several people that worked their tails off this evening. But from up here in the booth, from what I saw, Ezekiel Brooks was just pounding the rock. I mean, this guy was taking kickoff return after kickoff return. He was being called on several offensive plays. I had his stats wrote down. My sheet accidentally got destroyed. I'll leave that story for another time. But just from what I saw up here in the booth, I think Ezekiel Brooks really played hard this evening.
I agree. I think he did, and well deserved for the amount of work that he did tonight. Again, nothing reflects on the scoreboard, but at the same time, he put in the work and earned star of the game. And again, that's brought to you by Ameristate Bank. As for Michael Gabbard and Kalen Nagorski, we are signing off until our next broadcast, which is coming up against Spyro on the road. And that is going to be an interesting drive. That's up towards your old neck of the woods, coming up on the 25th of this month. And again, that's at Spyro. Then you got Antlers and at Heavener coming up for your final 3 games. That'll do it for us. Have a good night. We will see you next week here on KHKC 102.1 FM. This is The Brand.